Hey, y'all, come on in the room. Hello. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. Can y'all hear me? Come on. I need at least 100 people to come on in here before I start because I am not going to repeat what I say again. So come on in. Come on in the room. First of all, before I do start, I do want to thank Room Shaker. And Room Shaker, I appreciate you. Thank you for having a good talent show. It was funny. Lady Snoop was something else. So I want to thank you for inviting me over there, and I appreciate you. Um, you know, so yeah, I wanted to say that I went over to sing at Room Shakers, and I went over there, but I do want to say a few things about what went on tonight that I found very interesting. So I'm going to wait till you all get here and I'm going to discuss it. I need 50 more people and we'll discuss it. I was going to talk about just this morning, in the morning, around about like 7:45, 8 o'clock, but I felt like I needed to talk about it while it was fresh and on my mind. So come on in. And yeah, I'm going to discuss it. So come on in, come on in, come on in. I need 100 people, and I'm going to talk about it because I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not going to go over it again. It's a lot of stuff that I saw, and yeah, yeah. So come on in. I know it. Well, a lot of people may be, I guess, talking about the talent show. So I'm going to give my review on the talent show and what I thought about the talent show overall, and it's going to be my honest opinion about the talent show. So come on in, come on in, come on in. Oh, come on in. I need 100 people because baby, we gonna talk. We gonna talk. I wasn't gonna do no review because Lord knows I almost my title was I would have done a review on Lemon's talent show, but it'll probably still be going on during Sunday service. But I'm not gonna do that. What's up, Creole? Well, I'm gonna start with who I have. I'm not gonna hold you all because we've been held long enough at the talent show. So there is always a method to my madness. See, Ness thought I was being funny. Ness thought I was being like, Jay, why you collecting from these people? Because you know how things are going to run on other people's platforms. And you may not place. It is no guarantee that you are going to place. So first of all, let me start out by saying that I'm not upset. I'm not angry. You don't place in every place you go, and there are reasons for it. I knew from prior um, talent shows that anything can happen. Hey, thank you, Wanda D. I appreciate it. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So I'm not mad because of that. I'm not. I'm not. Um, I'm not. Um, I went there to sing, not in best voice, but it is what it is. I took money from you all, so therefore I was going to show up because it was no way that I took money from you all and not show up and participate at all. Also, Room Shaker, like I said, was a gracious host as well. So let's go to Lemon's talent show. One thing I do believe, if you're going to do a talent show, start the talent show on time. The talent show was supposed to start at 7. It probably got kicked off around about 7:30 ish, 7:40. Well, no, maybe a little late, maybe 8 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock. So it didn't start on time. So of course it's going to push it back. Now, Tracy was the first person to come up. When you say you're going to do 7 minutes, it should be 7 minutes. I only did one song because we had 7 minutes. 7 minutes. So Tracy fumbled with some things. I think she was doing praise dancing. I don't know. She had on um, angel's wings with lights, and I think she was doing some praise dancing. Okay, so I think thank you. I appreciate it. So I think she was doing some praise dancing, but it wound up being longer. It was interesting. It was a concept, you know. Um, then you had Wilder to come up. Then after Wiley, I'm not gonna even go there with him. Then after Wiley, you had Roe. You know, at some point in time, it got a lot of people upset because some folk weren't even camming up. And a lot of people got mad because of that. Thank you, Hypnotic Touch. I appreciate it. So a lot of people were upset because of that. But what bothered me is they kept on piling on people, piling on people, piling on people, piling on people. Then it got to the point where this thing became 4 hours long. 4 hours long. Then people phones start messing up when they was giving out money. So the winners were the guy who did the poetry, the spoken word, then the sister who was rapping, and then it was another lady who sung in the car. So those were the three people who won. We had people lip syncing and all of this stuff. And my thing is this, you all, it felt like more like a variety show more than a talent show. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I'm used to using a numbering system. I'm used to looking at everything in its perspective. Um, and I know some people are going to be mad. I know a lot of people are going to be upset. I'm already hearing that nobody in the beef sector won. I'm hearing a lot of things. Let me say this. Somebody's got to win and somebody's got to lose. Somebody's got to laugh and somebody's got to cry. Um, I just think that it was way too many people. It was way too long. The judges were pretty cranky. And this is the thing. Lemon couldn't even remember all of the people who were on the stage. They couldn't even remember all the people. And then when they took the audience participation out of it, a lot of people were just pissed off because they were like, wait a minute, you all had almost 50 people on that stage, 20 to 50 people on that stage, and you mean that you all didn't get the audience participation? So a lot of people were upset because of that. It really got heated when Ness came on, and she pretty much said some things about Rick Reed, and it really set it off as well. Now, I got up, I sang, Lord, deliver me. I mean, you all, no expectation of winning, just sang. Again, y'all gave me money. So I said, I'm going to get up and sing. That's it. That's it. That's all. I don't know what Rick Reed issue was, but I just sat and watched him and I'm like, look, if you didn't like the song selection, then just sat and like the song selection. But the bottom line is, I really could accept what the other judges actually said. They were looking more for the presentation, and I got the presentation, and I really got that. That was really cool. But again, some of the stuff that Ness said, unfortunately, about Rick, I'm like, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, um, yeah, I don't know. I've judged a lot of competitions. I try not to be biased in genre. I try to look at things objectively and what people are trying to do. I could really appreciate the other judges, but it was really like, okay. And I guess I was supposed to be upset, but I'm like, well, thank you. But it was kind of rude. It was kind of off putting. So Ness came up and pretty much said a lot of stuff, and a lot of people are going to come through. I think that it's just going to get a lot of flack. You all, I can't remember all of the acts. I mean, I remember the lady who sang in the car, um, and that was very interesting because, and I'm happy she won, but I felt that there were better singers, and it was just really interesting. So it went like a lot of spoken word, which no problem. But I just saw a lot of acts that were much better than what was being put up to me. Yeah. Now, people sing better than folk. I mean, it is what it is. It was just the link. And then Vic got up. Um, And at that time, y'all, I was like, are y'all going to call the people out? And it kept on being three more people, three more people, three more people, three more people. And then Noble got up. And I'm like, oh my God. First of all, let me say this before. Thank you, big man. Let me say this before. I can see Noble's side, and then I can't see Noble's side. I agree with Noble that people were waiting 4 hours. Noble said that the people, I guess, who was going to background for him left. Then we had to wait for Noble. And then Noble got up. And this is where the bias comes in. People were really ready to go. People were really ready to go. And I felt that the judges now have seen so many acts that they're like, okay, I'm done. I mean, even if it were good, it was going to be like, I'm done. And then for Noble not to cam up, I'm like, Noble, you didn't even cam up. So that caused a whole nother ruckus because I'm like, well, Noble shouldn't have been judged. Now, don't get me wrong, Noble. I agree with you. 4 hours is extreme. 4 hours is extreme. But you should have cammed up. because again, most of the people can't, well, all of the people, with the exception of a couple, cammed up, and it's no exception. Um, it was a lot of talent to be. It was very subjective. Uh, I think Shamar was the last act, and I think he was actually acting from Hustle and Flow. Maybe Shamar, you had no Ice Cube chance of hell in placing, not because you know your acting or your skill, but that they were tired. So you could have been Denzel Washington at that time. They were ready to go. So I think the people who had major advantages were the people in the middle, because the people in the middle were most remembered. You couldn't remember the people who were at the beginning, and y'all was ready for the people at the end to go. Now, baby Tracy is pissed off. Now, I don't know why she pissed off. Tracy was saying that everybody else's music was okay, but when it came to her music, it wasn't working, and people weren't doing right by her. So, Tracy was a little perturbed about what was going on. Now, I don't know what she was going to do. It was given praise dancing. It was given so interpretive dancing. That's what it was given. I don't know, but she was real pissed about her music. And she was the first one to go on. But people were like, look, girl, what you did was over 7 minutes. I want to give a shout out to Uncle Claude. He did such a good job. And again, the lady who was in the car, I don't know her name. I think it was Sky or something. She did a really good job. Um, the guy who did the spoken word, really good job. Um, you know, there were some people who really did really good jobs, but this is what people didn't take into effect. There were people who did not use music, and to sing without music is totally different. It's something else when you don't have a beat or anything. Um, it was a lot, y'all. The only thing that I can really say about this talent show was the length was just, y'all almost went to sleep. I'm like, you know what? I, I want to go to sleep because this. And let me tell you what I didn't like either. Notice I didn't talk back to the judges. I just thanked them for what they said and I moved on. I think it's unprofessional to talk back to the judges because they're giving you your feedback. And it's not the time to make excuses or stuff. You're just looking to the feedback, right? But I thought it was so unprofessional when people start fighting and acknowledging and fussing with people in the chat. I'm like, where they do that? And I'm like, it's been long, but that's Lemon and Binary's fault. And it was like Lemon and Binary was trying to push everybody in that they could. And I'm not mad at the numbers because they did get it and it was consistent, but it was really long. And then you can't be mad at the people. You have to be mad at the people who did not cut it. Because after a certain period of time, you need to say, okay, this is it. This is it. Now, um, I don't think it was consistency in the judging. And again, you know, this is my thing. I don't even know how to put it because you want the judges to give you the feedback. But when you have a talent show that long, All you need to do is say, okay, we're going to judge people from 1 to 10 or 1 to 5 in these areas and just keep it that. And how did you come about that? I don't know. Um, I will say this. I'm not mad because I participated. I thought it was good because, again, I promised people that I participate. But I understand now why people don't participate in talent shows. And I think it is very heart wrenching for people who do it with the expectation because rules change, goalposts move. I felt that if you never camped up, you shouldn't even been judged. It wasn't even nothing to say. At a certain point in time, it should have been a cutoff. Um, yeah, 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 yeah. Maybe the cutoff should have been 30 minutes or an hour into the competition if you haven't signed into the competition within an hour. So if the competition started at 7 o'clock, you would have 8 o'clock, 8:15, the latest to get in. Anything after 8:15 is a no-go because not because you don't want people to participate, but you don't want the talent show to linger. And I think that's the biggest thing. Um, what do you all think? What do you all think about it? What do you all think? And y'all, look. It's not bitterness. It's just it. This show was just really different. It was just different. Um, I can't put my finger on it, but it was really different. I don't know. You said my expectation was too high. It was too much, too many people. I think it was too many people. I agree with that, Itsy Bitsy. It was a lot of people in it. It did get draining. Then a lot of people were saying that the talent wasn't talent. Um, you know, they said the talent wasn't talent. It was some interesting talent though. Maybe they ate voodoo up. They said voodoo, you do the same dances and you popping and all of this stuff. So that was deep. I'm like, okay. Um, Miss Virginia had an interesting talent. She slid under a chair. Come on, Miss Virginia. She slid under a chair. Um, ooh, what else? Honest roll. It was spoken word, dance, interpretive dance. Oh my God. What else? Yeah, a lot of the rap. Everything had to deal with somebody's vagina. And somebody's vagina. Then Noble talking about something he's spending pesos in Europe. I'm like, okay. It was a lot of stuff that was really different. Yeah, Claude did a good job, you all. He really did. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And a lot of people feel that and I mean, look. Let me ask a few questions. Maybe I need to ask some questions because maybe I don't know. Um, how many of you all think what the judges came up with was a fair and equitable ranking for all of the people who participated? I would have been like, okay, we'll have the first half and we'll pick the top three from the first group, then the top three from the second group. and the top 3 from the last group. Okay. Then from that 3, they will compete. And then we will get the top 3 from all the groups. And then the top 3 will compete for first, second, and third. You know what I'm saying? So like the group from Tracy, and you'll split them up in half. So you will equally say, okay, out of these 3, who would do this? You'll have the top 3, and top 3. And then you'll pick the top 3 out of those 9. And then you'll have first, second, and third. I just think it would have been more equitable. But again, because the time was so long, when the time was so long, the judges was just like, okay, we're going to go ahead and do it, and boom, 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 boom. And of course, you all didn't get involved. You didn't get to vote. And so the audience did not have a vote. So I thought that was really interesting. When you have money involved, people come from every which way with no talent. They just take a chance. Well, Brenda W, that happened. So what do you all think? So do you all think those people who were chosen were like top 1, 2, and 3? Do you think they were the top 1, 2, and 3? I'm just asking. In your opinion, do you think they were the top 1, 2, and 3? And I'm gonna tell you, I can see where it's getting ready to go. Tomorrow, it's gonna be full on hell to pay. So it's busy. You thought it was fair. Okay. Anybody else? Not first place. He was good, but not 1,000K. Did anyone from the beef sector win? No. No beef sector winners. Now they're saying that there are no talent people in the beef sector. They say there are no talented people. And they said it was really interesting that something was hosted by the sector, but no one in the sector won. Well, and that's today. And I guess it's the judges as well, and how you choose your judges. Again, I would have picked the top 3 from each section. Would have been divided into 3 sections: the first half, the middle half, and the last half, the third half. Pick 3 people from each half. I mean, each section. Then let those 9 people compete. Pick your top 3, and from those 3, you'll get your first, second, and third. But there was no one from the beef sector who won. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It was just crowded, and yeah, people wanted money, and a lot of people say, "Well, lemon people should audition," but that takes time and it takes effort. I think the biggest thing, though, that pissed a lot of people off is it was late, but there was not one poll, and I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, Michelle's daughter. I appreciate it. Oh, we have a lot of talent in the beef sector. Everybody's just not rapping, and even Queen 88 didn't dance this time. But yeah, and let me say this: I went on Room Shaker, and it was a gentleman who sang, and he could really sing. Church lady came over, and she can really sing. So it was a lot of talent over at Room Shaker. Now, y'all, Lady Snoop got on, and when I tell you she sounded like somebody drunk auntie, baby, Lady Snoop sounded like she had a little too much to drink, and she sounded like somebody drunk auntie singing. Somebody said it was judging it by categories. Miss Bag did not stand out to me. Stronger the rapper. Her lyrics were typical. I preferred the Good Morning because of the vibe. It was catchy. Yeah, yeah. And see, that's a whole nother thing. So yeah, you have spoken words, you have rap. So it was interesting. I had fun both places, but um, I don't know. I just I just saw some of the stuff and I'm like, are we judging this? I mean, but hey, I mean, whatever it is, it is. And I just think that at the end of the day, you go in liking what you do. You go in liking saying, hey, I'm going to perform and do what I need to do and with no expectation. And that was one reason that I said, y'all, I'm going to need an offering. I'm going to need an offering. So thank God for you all in Room Shaker because a lot of people going to be pissed too because they spent all of that time waiting and trying to get into the room. And, this is what happened. Of course, it's only first, second, and third. And so a lot of people are like, really? So I think it's really interesting with that. Yeah, it's good that he paid his winners as well. I mean, I really like some of the judges. I just think some people were influenced. I think it was just like a lot of stuff. And I don't need you to be Simon Cowell. I just need to be who you are. And, there are ways that you can tell people how they did without being rude. So, like I said, I'm no means mad at Rick Reed, but Rick Reed, what did he say to me? I'm like, where did this come from? I'm like, are you? I don't know. He may not like gospel music. He may not like gospel singing. He may not like me. But I'm like, oh, okay. And I just said, all right. Because he said something. I'm like, what in the world are you saying? And it was like, I felt like, oh, he said he felt like unalive in himself after I finished the singing and stuff. And I'm like, okay, all right, whatever you feel, but could you just stick to the judging? You know, I don't know. It was just really interesting to me. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of people said he straightened up when Ness came up, and that was interesting as well. I just think that when you do stuff like that, I don't know. I don't know. People run their talent shows differently. Um, yeah, but overall, I had a good. Like I said, I had a good time. Um, I was tight all day. So let me tell you what I did. I actually sang at a Juneteenth event. So that didn't start well. And then I'm there screaming and hollering with Brian, which really didn't help either. Um, and then I'm leaving from the Juneteenth event, getting to the talent show. So I'm not thinking about getting dressed up and bedazzled. I'm just chilling in a chair singing. And so that's all I could do. Um, and that's all you could do. And so I'm like, hey, that's it. What's up, Uncle Clyde? You did a good job. Um, it was. Was entirely too long and unorganized, in my opinion. Uncle Clyde, I think that's what really took from it, and I don't think the judging was all consistent. I thought a lot of people swayed people's opinion. So this is what I'm gonna say to me. Um, Thank you, Uncle Clyde, and you did sound well as well. You know, when you say that you done well, you took me to church. It was emotional. I think the only thing that you said that could have been better was the setting. The setting. The setting. I got you. I got you. Now, yeah. In the presentation, not the setting, but the presentation. So I get it. I get it. But you have to weigh those things. I just said, wow. And so then you hear all these good accolades, but then you hear people rap, no problem. And I'm like, okay, I don't know. I don't know. It's almost like apple and oranges. And so, yeah, yeah. But other than that, y'all, yeah, very unorganized, Uncle Clyde. Let me say this: it could have been better if they just stuck to the 7 minutes or even 5 minutes. And because they didn't, it was it. And I just think that one song would have been sufficient. Yeah, yeah. But like I said, um, it's interesting. It's interesting. Um, And when you get in talent shows, it can be real interesting, people's perspective and stuff. But now, I'm not a sour grapes person. When you do it, you do it. You do your performance, and you move right ahead, and you go on. Um, yeah. So, but y'all, it's gonna be deep tomorrow. Um, the winners were interesting. I think I think the singer was good. Um, I don't know. I look at things a little different when it comes to art. And like I said, it was a full out assault on women's vagina. And the women always have to be. And then you get to the point where women flick off and start, I don't know, doing exactly what men do. But I guess they have that right because, again, there's that equality. But I'm like, okay, I see a pattern there. And the dancing. And like I said, they did voodoo really bad. They did voodoo really bad. Voodoo. So the chat was ruthless. The chat was ruthless last night. This morning, the chat was ruthless. And I said, Voodoo, please, please, please um, do something other than dance. Because I knew that in Voodoo, you'll do that dance. And of course, they told Voodoo up. Oh my God, they said Voodoo did the same dance. We love your dance, but you do the same dance. And then it was a little shade thrown between the dancers because Lemon couldn't remember all the dances. Well, Ro had danced as well. And it was like, oh yeah. And so they forgot the dancers. Then Lovely Love came on and made some alcohol. Now let me tell y'all something. Lovely Love set her table on fire after she made some drinks. And I'm like, okay, Lovely Love. Okay, she learned it at Quarter on Blue. I don't know where she learned it. But it was so many people, then no one remembered the people in the back, or they were so freshly engaged with the people who just performed. So it was just different. So, but look, y'all, I'm going to bed. I didn't mean to stay up long. Tracy's going to be cussing somebody out. Honey, Tracy. And again, people were like, well, Tracy, you went over 7 minutes. But then Tracy was like, my music wasn't being played. Um, yeah. Is that a talent mix and drink? Well, somebody that was a talent. I mean, it was deep. It was deep. It was deep. And I think certain things prolong the show. And I think that people need to define, well, when you don't define what talent is, then anybody can come in. Audiophile, he thought he was going to play his music, but it's like, okay, but you need to sing it. It was a lot of stuff, y'all. It was a lot of stuff. Um, hey, Miss Philadelphia. It was a lot of stuff. They did. They did. I'm half with Ness. I'm half without Ness. I just think that Ness came up and sung a song, and then she started going off at Rick Reed. And then a lot of people felt that Binary and Lemon should have shut that down. They thought that that was not the way to go. because Ness did that, but you couldn't really stop her because if that's her talent, that's her talent. Let me give you all this. Let me say this as well. You can't get mad at Ness saying what she said when you had a lady doing art or AI art or whatever, and then she was doing the beef sector reads, and I don't know what she was doing. I'm like, is she painting? Is she tracing? Is she what is she doing? I didn't know. I didn't know what she was doing. I'm like, well, what is going on? I was like, what is the deal? So, baby, I didn't know what was happening. And so I thought it was like, hey, Scott, I didn't know who you were. I don't. So, like I said, and I think that's what Pizarro said. It was a lot of people beef sector, and they didn't play. So Sky I said she did place, which is good. And like I said, that was not an issue of mine, Sky Eye. That was more issue of Pizarro. I think that was a more issue of Pizarro. I just think my issue was it was just a long process. Um, and I think that if you're not going to do an audition, then again, it could have been, yeah, because, yeah, it was a lot of people that I'm like, that ain't talent, boo. That's just a hot mess. It's and maybe it was 1,000 people, and a lot of people wanted to get up because it was a lot of people, but it was long. A lot of people like, could you please just name the third, second, and first place? And I think that's the thing. And then with so many people, you can't remember. And I thought that was it. And then we almost had three more people, and we're gonna have three more people. I'm like, no, no, y'all need to end it because it's too long. And you get to a certain place where um, it's a lot. It's a lot. And then I think a lot of people were upset when the public did not have say in what was happening. So I thought it was really interesting with that. Um, yeah, because we were like, man shouldn't have been able to do that, but I'm like, well, the lady did a whole this rock and roll piece. Michelle, it had to be over 25 people. It was so many people. I forgot Rico even Rico was a part of it. It was just so many friggin' people. It was a lot of people. And they just kept adding. And my thing is after 8:15, it should have been a cutoff for anybody. 8:15 should have been a cutoff because it just extended a little too long. So yeah. So the link is down there, you all. I mean, it is down there. Yeah, it had to be 25 plus. It was a lot of people, Ron. It was a lot of people. And then, like I said, with some of the stuff that people were doing, I'm like, baby, you could have saved time for that. And then the 7 minutes, it's just like, just keep it to 7 minutes. Do a selection. So if you're gonna do a song. Baby, we had these compilations, and I'm like, yeah. So yeah. So it was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of stuff going on tonight. So we have Uppity in the room. Uppity, Uppity, Uppity. So what was the whole deal of you taping the security guard asking did he call the cops? Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I tell you, sometimes we're our own problem. I tell you, Uppity. Sometimes we're our own problem. Um, Ness did come up. She sang a song. Now, at least she did give a song before she went and did a, how should I put it? spoken word on Rick Reed. No, baby, I talk about what I want to. This is my channel. I don't live in Brownsville, so you can't tell me what I want to talk about. Your behavior is very unseemly, and when somebody get tired of you, uppity, it's gonna be it, baby. So I'm talking about you and the competition. I can do both, but girl, your behavior is really off, and something needs to happen, boo. Hey, congratulations. How are you doing? I don't know if that. Okay, Scott, you have some feedback. You might have two devices on. Okay, yeah. It was 32 people. The public didn't help with the pot. All the funds were out of Lemon's pocket. Okay, well, when you do a competition, that's it. But you got 32 people and it was out of your pocket. But at the end of the day, you still have to cut it. And it should have been at least after 8 o'clock or 8:15 that you cut it because you kept getting people and people in. And how do you really, really objectively judge 35 people in that small amount of time with the judges being frustrated and ready to go? And that's all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. So that's it. All right, Sky Eyes. I'm gonna bring you up. Uppity girl, you're not coming up. Your behavior is incorrigible. I don't want you on my platform tonight. Go to your own platform. Congratulations, Sky Eyes. I don't know if you can hear me, Sky Eyes. Are you on? Okay, Sky Eyes, are you there? Okay, Sky Eyes, you might have to come back again. I'm telling you, you're not. Your sound is not on. So yeah. Well, you know what? It seems like it would add a bit of a balance because again, you have a 4.5 hour process with 32 plus contestants. And then all of a sudden, you give an objective view on all of the contestants. And this is the thing. Um, um, let me tell you something, uppity. Look, baby, I don't give a damn about how you feel. Your behavior is incorrigible. You taped it, you put it up, and I talked about it. It's not enough that you're fighting with the lady. It's not enough that you're fighting with her husband. Now you're bringing security in it. And this is why it's a problem. And let me tell you something, ma'am. You don't tell me to stay on topic. If you could tell your life to stay on topic, you would be in a much better situation. So I think you better go talk to Nyla because I'm not your child. I'm not your child. Go on your own damn platform because again, I don't allow you up here because you act the same way. And that's the sad part about it, Uppy. The way you act at that apartment and here is the same way you act at the what you do here, you do there. And it can't be everybody. It can't be everybody. It can't be against you. At some point in time, you got to look at you. Child, whatever. Your life is fine. Okay, you living in public housing in Brownsville, and you're trying to call other people children ugly, but your life is fine. The police is talking to you, and you act like you own the police, but your life is fine. You've had people trying to get you out of that place for years, but your life is fine. The security guard won't even call the police because you're such a nuisance, and your life is fine. Child, please. Child, please. Anyway. Well, you probably wouldn't even place. That's the whole thing, Uppity. You probably wouldn't even place. What's up, Ness?
I'm going to blame you for the allowance of my greatness to be dropped off of a scoundrels platform such as ODS because of your tardiness of dropping your link. Okay?
So let's look. I don't really have the time or the patience. I do though. We were discussing your performance tonight, and I
What did
think
you say
that,
about my performance?
well, this is what I said. I said that Ness went into a singing. She went into a Broadway singing. What's the song? And I'm telling you, what's the name of the play? Dream Girls.
And I am telling you.
Okay, so she went into Dream
Not you
Girls.
cutting me off.
Hold on, no, 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 no. And then she went into a spoken word with Rick Reed. So I said, at the end of the day, people got mad at Ness, but didn't we just have a lady do a whole AI drawing with a diss rock song, dissing some people in the beef sector? So I'm like, and then, you came up and you did your performance and you left and somebody got out of body. But like you said, you up here being Simon Cowell to everyone else. And I'm like, okay, so now you get this and you're pissed. So I thought it was very
And
interesting.
can I? And I'm gonna elaborate on that because you saying that you thought it was interesting leads me to believe that you agreed with my stance on things. Because one thing about it,
Hold on for a minute, Ness. Uppity, get your teeth and then you will have won. Okay? Get your teeth, get your two front teeth, and then you will have won, baby. Go ahead, Ness. I'm so sorry.
baby. Okay. So anyway, so my whole stance on the situation is like, dude. First of all, you need to recognize that no matter how long you have been in this beef sector, and no matter how much you want to consider yourself an OG status, I have been led to realize, especially after the series of events that I've experienced, OG is not even a status, it's just something to say. Because what really matters after you say that you're an OG is the people's response to it. So when we have somebody like a Rick Reed, you know, Lemon is so disillusioned. He sees that OG and thinks that's like it just it's the spotlight, not realizing that putting somebody like Rick Reed as a judge, it literally is an opportunity for him that Lemon is giving Rick Reed. But because Lemon keeps seeing Rick Reed as his OG, he doesn't recognize that he has more weight in this situation. This OG thing, it could really be a curse if you don't know what you're dealing with or who you're dealing with. Lemon allowing Rick Reed to be a judge was Lemon giving Rick Reed an opportunity. Period, point blank. I don't give a fuck how many people say that Lemon is a drunk and he can't do this, he can't do that. At the end of the day, Lemon, he will hold a show and have people click his link for free and they will run the show for him. And that alone says something when you have somebody like a Rick Reed who's trying to still be relevant by his own works. And, a lot of these OGs, they're kind of like, they don't want to drop a link. You know, they kind of want to stick to the old way of doing things and hope that and believe that, that's going to, like, I don't know, propel them into some other direction. But the fact is, if you don't got it, you just don't got it. Panel or no panel. If you don't have it, you don't have it. And Rick Reed doesn't have it. It just is what it is. So for me to see this man who has an opportunity to be in front of over 1K people that Lemon gave him, but because he thinks he's an OG and Lemon appoints him as such, he rides that coattail. He rides that coattail and it's fucked up because the fact is if Lemon really like looked at shit the way it really is, Lemon would understand that he holds all the cards. But he be putting these cards in these people's hands to where Rick Reed is a judge and he feels like he doesn't have to be professional. He feels like he could come and judge people and critique them in a way that's disrespectful and almost hurt it's hurtful. These
I,
people, like at the end, let me just finish this, Jay, because I know you got something to add, but please let me just finish this. I won't be long winded, and I'm not normally, but I really don't like the way he was disrespecting that guy who came on the panel with the glasses that made his eyes really big, and he was singing, and he was on camera, and he had picked up the dog and all that. I don't give a fuck how funny or whatever the fuck that shit looked. For you to call that man retarded, that was fucked up. That was fucked up as a judge. Like, why are you crushing people's dreams so early? Like, why are you not allowing them? Like, this is what I was saying on Shakim's. Why are you not allowing these contestants to see their competition and for them to determine for themselves, okay, well, maybe I might not win this. Instead, you want to come and, crush their dreams and call them these names and make it seem like, nah, that shit was not cool. Like, I was livid. I was livid with some of his critiques, and then on top of that, the biasness. Even with you, Jay Wilson, that nigga tried to turn you into content with his critique of you. That was not fair to you. It
it was
wasn't.
really funny to me because I'm like,
Come on now.
somebody, you feel like committing, Harry Carey because I sung a gospel song, okay. And I just said okay because again I knew what was going on. But see, Ness, this is why I took my offering first. This is why I took my offering first,
Right.
and this is
Yeah,
why I
I
went right over
understand
there.
that.
This is why I
Yep.
went to hit. That's why I went to Room
Yep.
Shaker because
You
I'm like,
right.
let me tell you something. I'm not getting ready to sit here and waste my time. And when I start seeing all these people click on, click on, click on, click on, and like we said, it was over 32 people. The judges were pissed off by the time it was time to go because it's like, okay, I mean, the one lady said, I gotta go pee. People
Yeah.
like, we gotta go. And so it was 4 hours. And so at that time, you could sound like Pavarotti. You were not going to get that point because those people were tired and they were ready to go. So, like I was saying, and I don't think it's being hateful or spiteful. I'm like, well, if it's going to be that long, then it could have been at least divided into 3 segments, and then you pick the top three, and then the top three can pick,
Jay Wilson,
compete.
22 contestants with no direction. It was just a number 22, and they went off with it.
Baby, let
There
me
was
tell you
no
something.
categories. Like, it was just 22.
Ooh, let me tell you something, baby. Tracy and her praise dance, and she was not trying to hear it, baby. She was pissed. So
No, no,
she said,
no. But Jay Wilson, first of all, hold on, let me stop you. Tracy came dressed up as the fruit fly that's in her refrigerator and came with the lights from the refrigerator attached. And she started flapping her fruit fly wings just like the Mexican fruit flies when she opened it when Noble came over to the house and he opened up that fridge and them fruit flies had them sombreros and said, Arriba! Yeah, she came over there dancing and flopping around like a Mexican fruit fly. Baby, she need to go back in the refrigerator with the rest of them fruit flies with that. The electricity is all in the fridge. Ain't none in the house, all in the fridge. That bitch done took all the fridge electricity, put it on a curtain, on a cape, and came out here flapping her wings and dropping it like she was getting her eagle on. Girl, if you don't go sit your ass down, I know something. What the fuck money you thought? Did you know she went live mad? Talking about she want to do it over.
well,
Tracy, you could
that's
do
the
it over a
thing.
million times.
This
You'll
is
never
the
win.
thing, though. This is the
Get your big
thing.
back ass out my face, girl.
But
Bye.
she, but it was like it was over 7 minutes. It was a lot of.
Over there sounding like Mickey Mouse. I'm trying to get it right. Meanwhile, she got all the electricity all on her back. All that bitch needed was a drop of rain, and that bitch would have electrocuted in front of our face. That bitch had all type of wires around her, a choker, a white electricity necklaces, bitch. That bitch was dressed up from head to toe, cloaked in electrocution, telling us to wait. Girl, bye. Get that shit prepared, and then when she gets it on, when she finally gets it together, she starts flapping around like the fruit fly. The bitch ain't have no moves. She ain't have nothing down pat. Talking about it's a praise dance where? A praise dance where?
Well,
Girl,
that's
bye.
what that's what she wanted to call it, and so and then you had Honest Row. That was an interpretive dance by Row. It was interesting. It was, now
Well, first of all,
hold on for a minute, hold on
no,
for a minute,
let
now.
me go
Hold
on mute.
on,
I'm gonna go on mute. Go ahead, go ahead.
hold on. Now, Miss Regina, you my girl. You know you my
No,
girl, Miss
don't do
Regina.
it. No. Wait, okay. I'm gonna let you go first and I'll go after you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I said, okay, something getting ready to happen here. All of a sudden, Miss Virginia was sliding under the chair. I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what's
Have
going
you
on?
ever heard of the kids school book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar?
Miss
And every
Virginia, Miss Virginia, girl, you know I
Miss
love you down,
Regina.
girl. You know I love you down, girl. But I'm like, Miss Regina, you know I love you down, girl. But I'm like, how did you come up with that, man? I said, how did you come up with that, girl? Cause,
But you
and
didn't
then,
hear Miss
but
Regina
then
had
the
outrage.
judges,
She had outrage. She went over to Shaquem with outrage.
but
Because when she
girl,
realized she wasn't going to win, kind of like you, she went over to Shaquem with outrage, baby. She ain't
no, no,
happy
no,
about
no,
that
no, no,
loss.
no, no. It's not even about that. That's why I collected my offering first. See, you up here talking about some this, and the third. No, I knew what I was doing because again, I've seen too many people go over there and do well, but it's all up to the judges. It's all up to a lot of stuff. So sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. It depends on a shock if you don't think you're supposed to do certain
But Jay
things. Right?
Wilson, can I ask you a question?
Hmm.
Because I
Yeah.
feel like you're avoiding this, and if you are, let me just say this: I'm not
Hmm.
even like I'm in a jokey mood right now, by all
Hmm.
means, but
Hmm.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. So I want to put that disclaimer out there before I say
Hmm.
anything, right? But
Hmm.
seriously though, like, how did you feel like listening to Rick Reed? Like, because at the end of the day, Jay Wilson, we hear you sing often. Us
Hmm.
hearing you sing at the talent show, it is what it is. But there
Yeah.
was really no room for a disrespectful critique. So to see Rick Reed try to be disrespectful, it's like, dude, you're reaching. Like, just critique it and move on, bitch. Like, why are you trying to be funny? Like,
I
why are you trying
felt
to make
I
this
felt
about
no
you?
way. I felt no way because I knew what he was trying to do, and that's why I said, "Okay, thank you," because I knew
Yeah.
what he was trying to do, and it's not going to because you know what people. Let me tell you something now. This is where, and I want you to hear me good because again, I know what he was trying to do, and he was trying to get people out of their body and all of this stuff because again, it was some really harsh critique. But when that table was turned on him, it took a whole nother turn. So my thing is, this is why I was like, I
They
said,
say he was talking about my son, trying to bring up. I said, well, damn. I kept it on
well,
his
a lot of people
judging.
felt that lemon and binary is their fault. But I'm like, no. I said we had a whole lady who did a whole drawing on a screen or whatever she was doing, and she had a whole disc tape on the beef sector. It was like a
Yep,
disc rock thing for the beef sector. So I said,
from
what's
the
the
AI,
difference?
right? That,
Yeah, I
yeah.
said, so what's the difference? And my thing is, okay, Rick, if you can serve it, and if somebody serves it to you, then what's the big deal? Because again, I knew what he was doing, but I'm here to sing, and it is what it is, and that's why I collected my offer. See, y'all thought I was crazy. I knew what I was doing because let me give you an example of how I know things change. When Uppity, Lovely Love, Roe, and somebody else came in and they had that competition, I didn't sing. I danced because people didn't expect me to do it. It garnered some attention, and that's all it took to win. So it's the same thing in these competitions. Somebody can do something that somebody think they're not going to do, and they could easily win. So I'm like, you just got to know it. I didn't go in that competition thinking I was going to win it. Now I did look at some of that talent, and I'm like, what are they going to do? But I know there were some people who can sing. I knew there were some people who were going to rap. So you know that. So you collect your offering. And then I said, I'll be crazy if I just stay on Lemon's channel. I'm going to go right on over there, the Room Shaker
So
channel.
I will say this. I did hear somebody's commentary, and they was saying how, Jay Wilson is so greedy. After he realized he was gonna win lemons, he went over to Room Shakers, and they said that on lemons you was giving like gospel, but when you went over to Room Shakers, you was giving Shaka Khan. They said that you went over to Room.
No,
They
I went
said
over
you
there and
was
did Luther,
bellowing,
honey.
baby. They
I
said
did
you was.
Luther and I did the Barge right on over there. But it really doesn't matter if you do gospel or not. I mean, it is what it is. You do what you feel comfortable
I
with.
think they were trying
But
to illustrate that because you feel like you didn't win lemons, you was going over to Room Shakers to like give it your all, and it was like a lot. I think that's like
I
kind
got
of.
paid and I got paid, and that's it. And I
Well, then that's
knew
what matters. Yep.
that's what mattered. So my thing is this: I wasn't going over there. I mean, when you got 32 people, or 22 people, and then judges they weren't even remembering who was first. Or I mean, let me stop. They did remember who was
I'm
first.
about to say when did that happen because I didn't hear that. But okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but my thing is this: I did my song. I listened to what they had to say, and I moved on. but I knew Room Shaker was going to be having it. And let me say this, Room Shaker was so grateful for me coming over, and I appreciate what she did. And that's it. And so I'm good, but I'm not upset. I mean, be upset for what? I mean, you win, you lose. And this is the thing, when you have been in the state of Florida vocal competition, you don't always win. So you learn how to take defeat and you go with it. It's no big thing for me because when you compete, then it's natural that you're not always going to win. You know, Queen
Right,
88,
that is true.
Queen 88 got up there and shook her tuchus and won. She sung this
Well,
time
that's
and she
because the
didn't
beef
place.
sector is weak. They were weak in that moment. So,
Okay.
yeah, they did some weak ass shit
Uncle
right
Far
there.
did a
But
great job, and he
yeah,
didn't
I
place, but he
seen
did a
some
great
of
job.
his. Yeah, I seen some of his thing. I know he sang a couple of songs, but we already know that Uncle Clock can sing. So,
Yeah. And
you
that's the
know.
thing too. When you do it a lot, people hear it. It is what it is. But like I said, I collected my offering before. That's why I went. And see, that's the thing, Ness. I had collected the money from the people. So it would have been so disingenuous to not go over and to sing.
Mhm.
Um, uh, I sung over at Room Shaker, but again, before I came over, I sung at a Juneteenth event in San Antonio. And then I sat there and argued with Brian. So it was a lot of things going on today.
Right, and then another thing too, just for future reference, the next time you join a competition, we already know in the beef sector that you're capable of doing runs. So stop trying to oversaturate the runs because you're in a competition.
Well, it's
Slow
because I
down,
want to, but
well,
Ness, that's what I want to do.
can I finish
But
my
can I
sentence?
sing how I want to
Yeah,
sing
you
though?
can, but all I'm trying
Okay,
to
well
give you
then that's
is
it. Then that's
constructive. It's
it.
called constructive
No,
criticism. If you
look.
lessen the amount of runs, they won't be
Criticism,
oversaturated. That's all.
criticism,
Okay.
criticism is never
All right.
constructive. You give feedback. Criticism is never
How is that?
constructive.
But I feel like this is constructive because what I'm
But my
telling
thing
you
is
is
this,
because you like to hear yourself run, doesn't mean that the audience want to hear runs nonstop.
Ness, if
Sometimes
I
if you
want to do
elongate
88
your
runs, if I want to do 88 runs, and if that's the
okay.
style that I choose to use, then that's the style that I choose to use. Because I could have really gave you feedback on my, I'm telling you, because you really need to
But
push the air out.
I'm not
You're very
steadily trying to
breathy.
join competitions and trying to win
Okay.
them. You
But
know,
baby,
that's you,
baby,
not me. So
honey, I'm already a winner. I'm
you
already a
know,
winner.
there's
I'm
and
already
I
a
no,
winner.
and I and listen, I'm not gonna
Trust
take that
me.
away from you,
You
but
can't.
to make you a real winner, then stop doing so many runs and just
Ness,
sing.
Ness, why
That's
don't
all.
you start using your diaphragm and start sounding breathy? Because you sound very breathy. And I want you to have a full sound because your sound is not always full. Hmm. Anyway, oh, my
First of
goodness.
all, it's the nerve of you to think that I don't use my diaphragm
You
when it's
don't.
necessary.
It comes out
But if
pitchy.
I'm, but guess what? Unlike you, I'm not trying to be a champion in a talent show.
I don't
So
have to
I'm gonna
be.
sing
I'm a
the way I
champion.
want. I'm gonna sing the way
Honey,
that
let
makes
me
me
tell you something,
comfortable.
Ness.
You know,
Let me
that's
say this.
all.
Let me say, boo boo. When I go to this other church to play for and they pay me my $500 for a Sunday, I'm a champ already.
Uh,
I'm a champ
so
already. You see what I'm
well,
saying?
I mean, okay, well
Okay.
that's what you say, but
I'm a champ already.
we don't know if that's true. So
Well, you
you
don't
can
have to
say,
know. I know.
and
See,
but
that's the whole thing.
I'm not trying to investigate. All I'm saying is you said it. No, all I'm saying is you
I still
said
haven't
it, but
got my
I
money.
just
I still haven't got my money either.
what
So it's
money?
still coming off as a lie. I have not got
What
my
money?
cash app. By the way, I still haven't got my cash app. I still haven't got my cash app too. So please don't tell me about runs and I still haven't got my cash app.
Wait, hold on. Okay, so the Cash App thing, like, I feel like you watered down the momentum,
Yeah.
because if I
Mhm.
do, like,
And it was
if
$5.
it wasn't, it was not $5
It was
actually.
$10, 5, 10.
It wasn't.
Okay.
But let me ask you a question though. Let me
Mhm.
just flip the script real quick. So I'm so like I literally deterred from the competition for a minute and I missed something. Apparently they said Lovely Love set her table on fire
Oh
and
baby,
almost
it
caught
was
her. Did
spectacular.
you see
No, it
that
wasn't.
part?
It
I
was
missed
not.
it. That was the
Lovely
part
Love.
that I
Let me
missed.
say this now. Lovely Love made a lot of drinks, and again, people are like, "Well, where's the talent?" Now she made the
Of
good
course, you're
drinks.
gonna drop the link when you bring up lovely, lovely. You are so messy, and I see
No,
you. I just want you to know that I see you.
I
But
dropped
go
it.
ahead.
I
You
dropped the
dropped the
link
link
because
as soon as you said lovely love
yes,
name because you're
yes.
ready for some mess. But go
Oh
ahead,
my
boo.
God! Look, can I run my show today? I mean, I'm not uppity.
Thank God. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So anyway, Lovely Love was making a lot of drinks, and it wasn't bad. You know what I'm saying? But she was doing her thing. But the big thing came when she all of a sudden got this big lighter, and all of a sudden the table was on fire, and she was just sitting there talking an easiest Sunday morning, and I mean it got our attention. That's all I can say. It got our attention. So now, and the reason why I was dropping the link, Ness, is not because of Lovely Love. It's because Sky Eyes, who is the third place winner, was trying to come on.
Why did you put the banner up just now, Jay Wilson?
Because again, I always put my banner up because again, people pouring bomb. You know
No,
that now.
somebody was trying to come up here.
Sky Eyes was trying to come up. So see why you're talking about I'm
Wait,
trying
wait,
to
wait, wait, wait. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Jay
look
Wilson,
in the back.
has
Sky
Sky
Eyes is
Eyes
still in back. She's
has
still in
Sky
the back.
Eyes been? Wait, wait, wait. But has Sky Eyes been here before?
No, she hasn't.
Mm.
She hasn't. Sky Eyes, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you're still in the car, but
Ryder lives, pray for me. Ryder
it's not
lives, pray
coming.
for me, baby.
You're not
Ryder
coming
lives,
at
pray
Sky
for me to
Eyes.
be nice, cause I'm feeling the mean spirit taking over me. Ryder lives, I need y'all to pray for me, baby, cause baby, I smell a fish, and I'm
Sky
going on
Eyes,
mute.
Sky Eyes, look, what's going on, Sky Eyes, is more than likely that you need to get closer to the router for the internet because it's not showing completely on the screen. So, and Sky Eyes, for some reason, when you were on Lemon's channel, when they were trying to get you the money, you couldn't hear either. So I don't know what's going on. So yeah. So while Ness is saying that I'm trying to set her up with Lovely Love, that's not the case. It was Sky Eyes. But sometimes I let Les ramble because again, she knows everything.
Well, no, here's the thing. So, first of all, people were asking me, I heard people making commentary saying, Ness has been gone, but the only time I've seen Ness was over on Jay Wilson's.
So what's the
And they were
problem?
saying, well, that's what I'm saying. They were saying it like, well, damn, like, kind of like the way I took it was like they support me and they only see me like over here. And I feel like I just want to reiterate, like, for anybody who might feel kind of side eye-ish about the way that I'm moving after recent events. I really need you guys to understand that I promise y'all behind the scenes, when I tell you guys I got a lot of shit in motion, it's not even funny. And the reason why I choose to only come to Jay Wilson's for now and Shakim's is because those are people that I kind of trust, or I really can come over here and just have a good time. Like, I cannot risk going to like other platforms like on some fuck shit. Like, you guys got to understand it. And please don't take it personal that you see me coming to Jay Wilson's channel. Like, please don't do that,
Yeah, and
because
Ness
I
has
promise
always
you
come
guys.
over here. So I mean, it's
Right.
not. She's always come over here. I mean, Brian
But you
can
know
cuss
what they
me out
said? But
tomorrow, and he
Jay
come over here.
Wilson, Jay Wilson, what they said was, I don't know. Let me give you the whole thing. They said, I don't know why the fuck Ness is over at Jay Wilson's when when Jay Wilson banned her and betrayed her for another sector with those other people. And
What are they talking about?
well, you did ban me. You did say that I was banned and all that, but I mean, whatever.
I was
Like,
you was banned for because you might have said something. You might have gotten smart, and I'm like, no, we gonna hold off for a couple of minutes. I mean, what other sector? I'm not a missionary. I don't be going to other sectors and trying to recruit people over. So I don't know what they're talking
well,
about.
they're talking about the time where, the channel was terminated and you had other people on your platform talking about terminating me, and then you were making mockery of my Patreon being gone and all that. That is what they were referring to.
Well,
So,
first of all, your Patreon was
mhm.
gone, and I wanted to make sure that because people were saying that it was gone. Now, I said two things, and these are the two things that I said. The
Hold on, Jay
doctor.
Wilson. Hold on, Jay Wilson. Rodney, are you at work, boo? If you're not at work, can you come and click the link, not for Jay Wilson, but for me? Because
Well,
Rodney,
why
you
wouldn't he
have
click it for me? because
Because the
Rodney
thing
is
about it
welcome
is, the
over
thing
here.
about, no, 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 he's welcome, but Jay Wilson, you don't ask him to click your link. So I'm making it clear that I want him to click it for me. Is that a problem?
But first of all, it is the problem because you give the illusion that he can't, and Rodney has
No, that's
always
not
been
what I'm
welcome to
saying.
do that.
That is your insecurity speaking out loud, sir.
Ma'am, please
I'm
don't
not
talk to
saying
me.
that.
Ness,
Oop,
please don't see. This is the problem that
oop.
I
So
have
you
with
don't. So
you.
that word, you don't
This
like
is
that
the
word. Got it.
no,
Okay.
I don't like your attitude. It stinks, and you're too intelligent for this. I know the Miami-Dade school system teaches you
Is it?
better than that.
But what
So
stinks
let me
about
say
what I
this.
just said?
Let me say this, Ness. Look, please, because you do a lot of stuff, and it does irritate me. Because
But
again, you can be nice, nasty, and again, it gets to the point where I'm too old to be playing. Now,
but what
Rodney and
is
I,
it that I?
hold on, I'm not
Okay,
done. I'm
go
not
ahead.
done. Rodney and I don't have a problem. Rodney is always able to click the link. Just because he doesn't have a wrench, that doesn't mean he can't click the link.
I didn't
And I,
say that
and
though,
I
Jay
did that.
Wilson. Why are
But
you
that's what
making
it's
this something?
implied.
Jay
That's what it's
Wilson, no,
implied.
no, 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 no. Listen to me.
That's
Hold
what it's
on.
implied.
Okay, hold on, hold
And
on.
Rodney
I
can
want
click
you
the
to,
link.
excuse me. I want to be clear because I've
Exactly,
never in
Ron P. Rodney is
Jay
family too,
Wilson, why aren't
and
you
no
letting
one
me
has
say
ever yet.
it? That's what I don't like about you. You never let me get my word, my point across. And it's like you want to make your narrative stick, and that's not the
It's not a
case.
narrative, Ness, because you low
It
key
is
try
because
to,
I've
no,
never.
baby,
No,
you
no, no.
try to say,
I know
bring
that
your voice,
Rodney
honey,
admires
bring
you.
your
Hold
voice,
on, hold on,
hold on,
Jay Wilson.
bring your
See,
voice
you're
down with
being
me.
unfair.
You bring your voice down with me. I do not, when you do that, you get ready to get kicked off. Bring your
But
voice
you do
down
that
with
with
me.
all the other boys, though.
You
Okay.
bring your voice down with me because at the end of the day, I'm telling you how I perceive it. I'm telling you you're wrong. Rodney can click the link, and if he's going to click the link, he can click it because he wants to be on there, not for the sake of you, not for the sake of me, for the sake because he has the freedom to click the link. I've never banned Rodney
But
over here.
that's not what I was saying. First of all, Rodney has not been live in a couple of days.
Okay.
So my thing is I know that he fucks with you and fucks with me. So him
Mm-hmm.
clicking this link is me asking him to come here. Because right now
So you control him. That's what you're saying. You are controlling him.
wow, is that how you're gonna spin it?
I don't know.
So
It's not a spin because
what
why
did
would
I
you have
okay,
to
hold
ask?
on. Help me
He should just
understand.
come up.
What did I
Rodney, do you
just
want
say?
Rodney? If
Okay,
you
wait. What did I
Rodney,
just say have anything to
hello,
do with
hello,
control?
Rodney, if you want to come up, please come up, and it has doesn't have to be on the sake of Ness or Jay Wilson. Come up because Ness wants you to come up, not for the
Yeah,
sake
so
of
it's
me
the
or
sake of
her.
Ness. That's the point. It's the sake of
No, it's
me.
not. It's not. It's not. You're asking him to come up, which is not a problem, but you add that little stank to it, and then that's what like Rodney can come up. Period.
Well, my thing is, Jay Wilson, I don't know if you're going to be oblivious to the facts, but you and Rodney had a situation. And the thing is, since y'all situation, Rodney has not been on your platform.
Okay,
So
and that's
I
Rodney's
said, hold on,
decision.
why aren't you? See, you don't let me finish, and that's unfair to me because then you make it seem like I'm just talking crazy, and I'm not. All I'm saying is, he has not been on your platform since then. And I'm asking him to come here for me because I have something to say. That's me trying to separate you from it because he hasn't been here since. But you want to turn it into something that it's not.
Interesting. Go ahead, Ness. Do what you got to do. Go ahead.
Of course, you're going to make it seem like I'm just crazy and you don't understand what I'm
I
saying,
didn't say you were crazy. I just know your words.
but
Go
I would
ahead.
appreciate if you acted like you understood that I'm not sounding like I'm just
Yeah,
delusional. Like
Ness,
I'm just
you can
trying to
be
be
be what you want. Rodney, if you
normal
want to come up
and
here, you're more than welcome. No one has ever banned you
no
to
one
be up
has.
here, and
Stop
you can come
gaslighting
up
the
here.
situation because
It's
no
not a
one has said
gaslight. It's
this.
the truth. It's the truth, and he can
But
always
why are
come
you
up
saying?
here.
Okay, so let me ask you this: Why are you saying that
Mhm.
he's never been banned when no one ever said that he was?
Well, you
That is
just said we have a
gaslighting.
situation. No, no, it's not. Because you're saying because of the situation that he may be, or there's any indication, and we've never said that. Rodney's been over here a couple of times, and as a matter of fact, you may be wrong. Rodney has clicked on this link after the situation. Yes, he has.
When
Yes, he
I didn't
has.
see it. Well, I
You
didn't
got
see it.
you're not omniscient. So yeah, but he has
Isn't the word I think that's the wrong word that you use. I think it's omni.
omnipresent rather.
Yeah, yeah. There we go.
Or omniscient either, but all are omnis.
But no,
But
it's
yeah,
fine. I mean, Rodney, as a matter of fact, Rodney, I have your email. I'm not gonna like do this because Jay Wilson is on some other shit, and I'm just not on that. Like,
I'm
I'm
not
on
Ness.
some
I
other.
just know how you are, and
But
you
no, you
can.
don't, Jay Wilson, because
Yeah, I do.
you keep no the fuck you don't.
Yes, I do.
You
I
don't.
do.
Just like you
I
thought you
do.
knew. Anyway.
And I'm just glad I didn't give you an Instapot.
And I'm glad I
You
didn't buy you a water heater or a whole fucking water system
didn't
for
have
your
to.
fucking
You didn't get,
house,
honey. You didn't
like
get a
those
water
women did.
heater, nor did you give to the Cash App. So that makes two
Cause the word
things.
around the street is a bunch of women paid for your lifestyle. So,
Well, how about I may
I'm
have a
just saying.
warranty? How may I may have a warranty?
They brought the warranty too. It comes with the purchase.
Okay.
You acting
No,
like you brought the
that's
warranty separate.
we know
Come on
this heat
now.
has bought you stuff. That's not
There
my
we
line.
go. I knew it was coming. That's how I know.
Hmm.
Jay Wilson, why are you like this?
Yeah, I bought Liz her own stuff. She didn't
You
have to get
are
a.
so messy. So first of
Mm-hmm.
all, Spencer is like a bigger cat than the
Hmm.
cat that I got from then. So
Okay.
everything that Spencer has now, I did. So there's that for
Okay.
me.
Hmm.
But then again, you like shit like that. Oh, can I ask you a question? So
Hmm.
I'm gonna switch gears really quickly, and then we can get back
Yeah,
to the
we've been
mess.
doing a lot of switching gears, honey. I'm glad we're going downhill
Jay
and not
Wilson,
up.
do you not hold on? Do you not like having a conversation with me? Am I bothering you? Like
Sometimes
I'm
I
trying to figure out.
don't. It
Like
depends. It depends on
so
which
no,
mess I'm talking
I'm
to.
asking about right now. Right now.
Mhm. You can be a little annoying. You're a little agitating. You're grating on me. Yeah, you do.
Well, guess what? Do you think that you're pleasant, especially
You know,
when you
but
bullshit
it's
the
my
bullshit?
but it's my platform. That's the whole
Yeah, it
thing.
could be your platform, but you're
It
not
is.
a
It
pleasant
is.
person.
It is.
Platform
I
or no
mean, it depends.
platform.
It depends on who and what and where.
Well, from what I've seen, there has
'Cause
been
you
so
remind
many.
me a lot of Brian. Y'all just alike.
Well, then shut up. Well, one thing about Brian, he's a
Mm,
very intelligent man. He's
mm,
very intelligent and he knows what the fuck he's talking about when he's talking about it. So for you to say that I
mhm.
remind you about Brian, you
You
ain't
do.
telling me no read. At
That's
least the
not a
one thing about
read.
Brian,
It's not a read.
that you don't got, Brian was gonna keep it real first quarter. He ain't gonna let
Mm-hmm.
you rile him up before he got to keep it real with you. He gonna keep it real
Mm-hmm.
with you off rip.
All right,
But
we'll
you,
see. He'll probably be gone for 2 months like your other people, and then he'll be back. It is what it is. You always do.
there you go with that nonchalant voice. That voice where you act
I
like you don't
am.
give a
I
damn.
am. I really
I know
don't.
that voice. I'm very
I
familiar with
don't.
that voice,
I
baby.
don't. I know you are.
Let me ask you a question, seriously though.
Mm-hmm.
So today I was introduced to something that really, I don't know, it just really it was inspiring. I never even seen it, and apparently this has been going on for hundreds of thousands of years. And I was just so taken aback from what I saw. My jaw dropped. So, do you know what Haka is? And that is Haka.
HAKA.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. What is it?
Whew. So the thing that got me was the girl's age. First of all, if you look up Haka and you put Parliament in shorts, you guys be prepared. Make sure when you look it up, sit your ass the fuck down. I mean, there's this like Haka is I guess this like dance the Indians do to just like kind of intimidate their opponents and make them like afraid of them. And there's this young girl who was like in parliament, and this happened mind you, I just saw it today, but this happened 2023. And in parliament she was protesting like this bill they were trying to put up against like her people, and they did a haka in parliament. Like, you know how they have those education
Oh, that was
boards.
the New Zealand Parliament, and they were Maori people.
Yes,
I
yes.
saw it. I didn't know what it
Oh
was,
my,
but I saw it.
Jay Wilson, that girl sent chills down my spine. When I tell you, like, for the most part, I'm not going to hold y'all. I have not had good experiences with Indian people. I have not. Like, if you had to ask me, I've never even touched an Indian restaurant or ate their food. But, baby, when I seen that haka in Parliament, that shit right there sent chills down my spine. Like, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I did shed some tears. Like, it was that deep for me. I loved it. What did you? I was
Mhm.
just curious about like what was your
Well,
thought on
they're not
that?
indigenous. They are Melanesian folk, Polynesian Melanesian
I
folk.
think
So
but they're from it's like Mariah. What's it starts
they're
with the
called the
M.
Maoris, and they're from
The
New
Maoris.
Zealand.
Okay.
So they're
Yes.
closely related to the Polynesians and the Melanesians. So, but it's in New Zealand, and New Zealand is pretty much like, I'm gonna say this: the Maoris have been fierce fighters, and that's why they haven't been taken over like the Aborigine people in Australia and the Hawaiian people, because they are fierce fighters, and so the New Zealanders haven't been able to really displace them as much as they have the Hawaiians and the Aboriginal people in Australia, because they don't play. They really don't play. So.
Baby, when
Mhm.
I tell you I was hooked, like I was so hooked. I've just
Oh
been
no,
on
honey,
it
not the
since.
Parliament Funkadelics. No.
Not the
Well,
Parliament Funkadelics, baby. That don't even sound kosher.
mhm, yeah, but no. So, but yeah, to get back, I mean, to really get back to what we were saying, I
Yeah,
don't
let's
think,
get back to you and your performance and
I
you,
don't think Lemon is in enemy camp. I don't have a problem with Lemon. I just don't necessarily will do, or you know, some of the stuff he
But
does.
can I
But
say
yeah,
this? Can I say
never
this
been
to
enemy.
you? One thing
Hmm.
about it, I do kind of feel like, when you started off your live, because I did hear a little bit of it at the beginning of your live, but you're
Hmm.
so long-winded. Who has time to wait for you to get to the meat and
I'm a
potatoes,
Southern man, just like your
So,
daddy.
first of all, my dad was born in Haiti, so,
Okay, he's a
there's that.
Southern man.
But I'm just saying, I didn't have time. Can you stop being so offended and let me get my shit out?
Go
Damn.
ahead.
So
Hey, Sky
anyway,
Eyes, how you doing?
oh, you see,
Hey,
hi,
This is
Sky
hey,
Eyes. Congratulations. So,
hey,
Jay Wilson,
Ness.
I can't finish my. Hi, Sky Eyes. Congratulations.
Sky Eyes.
Thank
Jay
you.
Wilson
I'm
clearly.
gonna
No,
let
I'm not. No, I'm going to go on
Ness
mute. I'm going
finish
to go on
up.
mute. No, I was just. Doesn't even
I'm
matter. Go
sorry.
ahead,
I didn't
Sky.
mean to interrupt
No,
y'all's
you good, boo.
conversation.
You
I've
good,
been
boo. Go
trying for
ahead.
an hour.
No,
That's how my
girl, I
grandma
know you've
said
been
it.
trying to get on like we was trying to get on that
Oh my
backstage, but you got
God.
on, boo. Yeah. So
I
how
got
you
on.
doing?
You know what?
I didn't know.
Everything happens in God's timing.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like I said, so this was not me. I think Pizarro was saying that no one in the beef sector had won. So I think she was mentioning that. And like I said, I'm really not privy to a lot of people who were. So I think a lot of people may have gone with that. But it was an interesting talent show. And so, yeah, that's all I was saying. I
And
thought
congratulations on
yeah,
your win.
yeah,
Thank you.
congratulations
Thank
for
you.
sure.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank y'all. Listen, I've been here. I've been chill since, I think everybody says that, I've been watching that for weeks. Who's sleeping?
Not
Oh,
me.
can you
I'm
hear me?
listening.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
God
Go ahead. No,
damn, Ness.
I'm about to.
Mhm.
I'm looking for my lighter to light my joint. Don't mind me. I'm going on mute.
Nah, it's all right, baby. If you tired, you tired. Everybody needs some sleep.
It was a long talent show. Go ahead.
But thank y'all. Baby, I was going to my second dinner for the birthday, and um I was parking and all that shit. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna get on StreamYard. You know when I got on? When I got back home and parked into my space.
Hmm.
That's when I got on, and it was cool. I enjoy seeing everyone though.
It was
I
good.
love that we come out.
It was really good. It was some hiccups along the way. I it was just interesting. I just think that the people who had to tell in, the judges were tired. They were ready to go. It was like, come on, hurry up. It was a few things that I think a lot of people will
And
talk
not only
about.
that,
Uh,
but and not only that, Sky Eyes, fortunately for you, you didn't have to deal with some of like the negative critiques, which I feel like no matter what your performance was, it wasn't warranted. Even if you wanted to wait until after the show was over and go live and drag people, whatever, do that. But it was like for that Puerto Rican bitch to be a judge, he's a reject from the beef sector. Nobody gives a fuck about him. That nigga tried to go live after the talent show, couldn't even break 150 people. That motherfucker was live trying to drag me for my little thing on him. That motherfucker, Jay Wilson, you was live. Lolo was live. all these people was live. That nigga could not break 150 in his chat trying to drag me after I embarrassed him over there. I didn't appreciate the way he did all those other contestants, but for you, boo, you didn't have to deal with him because the thing is, oh, that's another thing I wanted to say about Rick Reed. One thing that disgusted me? A lot of his responses was influenced by the chat. If you guys catch the replay and look at the way he is so like disingenuous. He is so fake. He is so not genuine. He's a fake ass nigga. Like every critique he did, he was looking at the chat, reading the chat, and then if y'all was in the chat, like, oh Rick, you better drag this person. Then when it was his turn, he would drag. If the chat was saying, oh that person was so great, and when it was his turn, he would say it was great. And then I ain't gonna hold you. Some of you judges that went after Rick, y'all was piggybacking off of his critique, and I didn't respect that. I thought that was weak as fuck. Some of y'all, when he was trying to drag some of those people, y'all tried to talk shit about them in a way that y'all know y'all would not critique them if Rick didn't say what he said. And that is the reason why, like, Rick is not great. He's a fake, weak ass nigga in the grand scheme of things. But you hoes be so disillusioned by this nigga and the fact that he been here for 50, 11 years. Y'all act like what he says is bond. Not realizing that the fact that he's been here and has to be a judge on a talent show says a lot for an OG. That nigga was the only OG that want to be a judge because he's desperate. That nigga's not even somebody who's worthy to critique people with talent because he doesn't have his own. So I thought that was really weak. But go ahead, boo. I'm gonna go back on mute.
Okay, go ahead, Skies.
Damn, I don't know what to say. Damn, Ness, you finished?
You don't have to respond to me. No,
What
you
you
could just say
doing?
whatever
Yeah,
you
no,
don't even
I
have
ain't,
to
I ain't
Mhm.
respond.
got nothing to
Yeah.
say.
I was
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
talking
yeah,
my
yeah,
shit because I
I,
don't like
I
what.
gotta.
And then Jay Wilson, you not even adding to what I'm saying as if you disagree with me when you know good and damn well you
Ma'am,
agree
I
with what
didn't
I'm
say
saying.
anything. I let you speak
Yeah,
the
because you
whole
scared too.
time.
Because you scared.
Oh
If
my
you wasn't
God,
scared,
ma'am.
but
Miss,
that's how.
could you please be
Don't call me
quiet? You're
man.
getting on my nerves. Please,
I'm
hold on.
29.
Oh my God. Okay, I can't
I'm
deal with
29.
you. Again, you speak for me, Ness. You don't know what I'm not. I have sense enough to know what Rick Reed was doing, and it did not bother me at all. Now, it might have bothered you, but I know these people. And so it doesn't bother me at all. And I mean, I'm supposed to be
can
out of
I say
body.
something?
Hold on for a minute. Am I supposed to be out of body because of
Okay.
this? I mean, baby, you don't win everything in life. You just don't. You don't. That's the case. Sometimes you do lose. Sometimes you don't even place. But so what's the big deal? It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't stop what I got to do on a daily basis. Now you have a problem with Rick Reed. You really have a problem with Rick Reed. So y'all hashing it out. Now, what he said to
I
me,
don't really have a
I thought it
problem
was,
with
I'm
Rick
not
Reed.
finished. I'm not finished.
Okay, well then let me
I
go
don't think
after
I'm
you.
finished.
All right,
Okay.
well go ahead. Like you
And
giving
then,
gospel.
Sky Eyes, because she was getting ready to say something, but I don't have a problem with him. I knew what he was trying to do. And I said, thank you, and left because I'm too dignified to sit there at a competition and go off like that. And
But
like you
you do
said,
realize that the mere fact
hold
that you
on.
have
I'm
a
not,
deeper
but
voice,
my thing is this: at the end of the
child,
day, I have my own platform.
it was giving scared.
Well, that's how you feel, Ness. I'm not scared of anybody. If I was
Good. I'm
scared, I
happy.
wouldn't let your raggedy ass up here. So
Ain't nothing
again,
about me raggedy.
oh child, it's some things about you
First of
really
all, my
raggedy.
dress code, I could
But
dress better than
anyway,
you every like
oh
you
girl,
could never
okay,
even sit next
go
to
put
me.
on some makeup, boo. Go
You
put
in
on
that
some makeup.
fedora, that spicy
I got more than one. I got more than
Sicilian
one too.
pepperoni fedora that you be wearing,
So
baby, you ain't
so
no
you
match against Ness.
you
I'm
think you're
telling you
gonna
right now.
you think you're gonna sit here and insult me?
You
Because
insulted
I
me
will. Okay,
first.
all right. I'll just take you down because I don't play that. You're the one who said that someone is scared of someone, and no one is scared of anyone. No one chooses to handle things like you do. So you felt that it was okay to do what you did. And if that's what you want to do, and if that's how you want to handle it, that's how you handle it. I choose to do what I need to do for me. And once I finished singing, I went right on over to Room Shaker and I sung over there. And I said, if I need to say anything, I can come to my own platform to do it. I don't have to sit and engage with people like that during a talent show. Now, that's what you want to do. That's fine. All right.
Well, that's not.
Um,
Wait. Can
Sky
I
Eyes.
respond? How are you gonna end it with all right and not let me even respond? How?
It's really
That's
nothing to say.
unfair.
It's really
Well,
nothing
let
to
me.
say.
Well, humor
It's
me.
really nothing to say.
Humor me,
I
because
don't want to
all I
humor
wanted
you
to
because
say
I
is
don't
all I
find it
want.
humorous.
But
So
what I'm trying to
again,
say is
I
allow me
don't.
to respond to
Yes,
that
I'm trying to
huge.
keep my voice down with you. I'm
My
trying
voice.
to
Well,
really
my
be
voice.
calm with you, but I'm really close to kicking you off because you can be really disrespectful. And I'm not laughing. I'm getting ready to kick you
Well,
off,
okay.
and
So
I'm
if
going
you
to
want to
ban you.
listen, wow.
Because
Okay,
I'm
yet
tired of you.
again,
I'm
here
trying
you
to
go with
really.
these threats.
Look, okay, it's not a threat. It's a promise. This is what I'm going to do for you. Since you think this is a threat, I'm going to ban you. You don't know how to chill. You have the least chill of anyone that I know, and it's just given. I mean, so you have a problem with Rick Reed. Have a problem with Rick Reed. What's up, Yusef? All
Hello?
right, I don't.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up, Yusef?
Hey, I was just saying good job tonight, as
Thank
always.
you.
And it was good. I know my camera's messed up. Good
That's
job
okay.
tonight, as always. And shout out to Jay Wilson and the
I
troops.
appreciate that, Yusuf. And like I said, Yusuf, you and I were actually over at Room Shakers as well. So I enjoyed going over there as well. So yeah. I'm sorry, Sky Eyes, you've been here. And so you were trying to speak. Go ahead and speak, Sky Eyes. And Yusuf, you did an awesome job as well. Thank you. Go ahead, Sky
Thank
Eyes.
you.
I don't remember what I was going to say because
Mm.
you and Ness, y'all are funny to me. Y'all,
No, I'm not, but I'm to the point now where
I'm really tired of
y'all are
this.
funny.
I'm
All
to
I
the point
do
now.
is
Hold on
show
for a
him.
minute.
You know
Can
what?
I
What
speak?
we all need to understand. What can I
Can
say
I
something?
speak, please?
Can I say something, Ness?
Go ahead, guys.
In the beef sector, this is what people don't understand is that we are literally a family that we don't want our family to understand, who we are. Ness, what's going on, girl?
I try. I just try.
Child gone.
Oh, yes,
Are you
please.
playing?
No, I'm serious, Jay Wilson. I'm tired of this.
Well, I'm tired, but let me say this: I'm tired
All
of you
I do
because.
is be nice. No, I'm serious.
Oh,
All I
man.
do is.
Oh, Lord.
Can I say?
Go
You know
ahead
what?
now.
Like, if all I
Go
do,
ahead.
I try to be nice and I come on your panel.
Mm-hmm.
Am I gonna be taken for a joke or can I speak? Like, this is sick. Like, all I do is come on your panel and try to be nice, and you keep disrespecting me.
Jay Wilson. So can I say
Mm.
one thing, please?
Okay, yeah. What's going
Then
on?
I'm gone.
Okay.
Oh, but when he says, well done, your race has been run, and we'll walk around heaven all day.
Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Go ahead, Ness. I'm sorry if you feel this way, but I'm really agitated. I really am. I'm trying to chill. And I mean, and I don't give people stuff that they don't give
I'm
me.
gonna go on mute. I just need a moment. I'm going on mute.
Okay. So Yusef, again, now Yusef, did I catch you? What did you sing on Lemon's channel? And I'm sorry, aren't you trying to be funny, Yusef? There was so many people on that channel. Now what did you do on Lemon's channel? I know what you did on Room Shaker's channel.
Yeah, I can't even remember right now. I'm drunk as hell.
Oh Jesus.
And
Well,
that's
I
it.
know you had a vest on, and people were very complimentary of your vest.
Well,
They liked the vest.
that's my lucky vest. But I mean,
Okay.
that me up here laughing right now. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm drunk, and I just feel
Mm-hmm.
In
like,
other words, Jay Wilson loved the best. Going back on mute.
okay. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like,
And so
but
see that hold on, and then people wonder why they get chopped and wonder why that I don't deal with them because that's I tell you we're friends like you who needs enemies. Oh, go
right.
ahead, you stuff.
But Jay, let me say this right, Jay Wilson, Pastor. It's like it's crazy because people like us. And even with Ness with her dramatic ass, people like
Mm-hmm.
us who got voices and we got drags and we got voices too, motherfuckers can't take it. It's like one or the other for us, you know? They either take our seriousness and our brashness and our tea and our shade and our drag and our roast style, or they take our voice. And it's just funny because a lot of us with these loud ass voices is the ones with the voice. So it's just funny to me how you see competitions and all somebody got to do is do a dim lighting or, something and they steal the show. But it's funny how when you don't tell a person when they performing their original music that you can't hear them because of the style of production that we're doing. We're on like if I hit the link right now and I tell you to play my beat, it's gonna give me a hard time. But for
Mm-hmm.
those kinks not to be worked out or established beforehand is sick to me because as soon as I came up to do my original music and I did sing over it, they said I lip sync just as much as the lip
But
sync.
it was given lip syncing the first round
But
though,
that
Yusuf.
wasn't
I'm
the
not gonna
truth.
hold you. It did
I
give lip
know
sync.
Ness, before you even finished, that wasn't the case though. Whatever, I was not lip syncing. Period. I
Mm.
wasn't.
Uh, Clearly that was a capital P. But okay, since we all know how to sing on this panel, why don't we all bust one? Let's pick a song and we all sing a verse of that song. Me, you, Jay Wilson, and Scott.
Mm.
And we all sing a song like the same, but we got to sing the same song. Like I'll take the first. This is an example. Like I'll take the first verse. Jay Wilson will take the second. Sky will take the third, and then Yusuf will take the bridge. But it
I
got to
can't
be a
sing
song.
now because my partner is
So
asleep.
hold on, Nell.
Mm,
Nancy, were you
no, I
choosing the
bet.
song or what?
No,
Mm-hmm.
no, boo. I'm not choosing the song, but I was
Mm-hmm.
thinking it would be a cute idea for us to kind of like just do a little one too, even
But,
though Jay Wilson claims that he can't.
let me say this, Yusef. At
Of
one
course.
point, I don't know if it was the second song. Let me say this for your benefit. When I was on Room Shaker, when they were playing, the song was kind of behind and I couldn't hear it, so that could happen as well. I know that could happen, but the bottom line is, it was a lot of people, it was a lot of competition on that stage, on the platform, and the one, two, and three, they were the ones selected because again, I really know that. Uh, our Sky
Oh,
Eyes.
Jay Wilson. Somebody
Hmm.
just sent me a message. They said, Ness, how about the person on the panel with the biggest house share out a cash app amongst all the people who didn't win? Jay Wilson, what you
It
think
had
about
nothing
that?
to do with me. It has
No,
nothing to do with me.
but they said the person on the panel with the biggest house. I
Mm-hmm.
clearly ain't got no house, and I ain't ashamed to admit that. But Jay
Mm-hmm.
Wilson, don't you own a house? Don't you have a very big house, Jay Wilson? With
No,
like,
my house is an average Texas house.
how many bedrooms does your house have, if you don't mind me asking?
How many does yours have?
I have a one bedroom, baby.
Okay.
What about you?
Mm-hmm.
So they said, Ness, the person with the biggest house on the panel share out a cash app, and oh, Jay Wilson, did you not see the people saying how they didn't understand why you had such a big house, but you decided to do your performance in your bedroom in the dark when you have like such a beautiful living room?
How do
And
you
then
know
the
that's
people
my
were saying,
house?
well, I
How do
don't
you
know.
know
That's
that's
what
my
the
house?
people were saying, that what we saw you in was shit from
Mm-hmm.
Rent a Center. So, do you want to
Mm-hmm.
clarify if they're lying on you? Because that was in the
Mm-hmm.
chat too. They said you had shit from Rent a Center, baby.
Okay. All right. If that's what they
So,
say.
can we drop our cash app since you got the biggest house, so you can share
Mm-mm.
it out between me and Yusuf
Uh-uh.
and the rest of us?
Well, if my shit is from real estate, I don't have no money.
No, that's not true. If you got it from Rent a
Mm.
Center, you might have all the money.
Okay, now.
Jay Wilson, why are you giving me that voice? Why are you giving me
Because
that voice?
I don't know. Did you drink tonight? I
No, I
mean,
didn't actually.
okay. I mean, I wish you would, because I mean, you probably
Wow, that is
better.
so bad.
I
That
mean,
is
because
so
I mean,
bad.
it's just really annoying tonight.
I'm annoying because I'm
It,
repeating what people are sending in the chat.
mm, because you being messy, but it's all good. I know you.
Ness, where are you at? Where are you located on? Are you at the Trap House channel?
Wow. Yusuf, why would you be asking me that?
Because you disappeared and I didn't see you, and I didn't know if I was
Mhm.
subscribed to the Trap House or not.
Oh, you mean YouTube wise?
Oh,
Boy,
child, she
I'm
thought
thinking you
you.
talking about real life. I think you talking about real life, baby. I'm about to say what? No,
Mm,
I mean as far as YouTube, don't worry. You'll see me very soon, Yusuf. Just
Because I came up for last time I seen you, I came up for tech support on Uppities when you was over there because they flagged your main channel, and I didn't know where you or the Finesse
mm,
was for a whole week and a half, and to hear you pop up at the competition tonight,
mm.
but
and
if you was subscribed to Jay Wilson, I've been on Jay Wilson's before the competition.
Okay,
Yusuf.
he has. Is that Miss Virginia? Miss Virginia, is that you?
Of course, you
Yeah,
changed
brother
that
John.
subject
Okay.
real quick.
Have you
Go ahead.
recovered from that chair, girl? 'Cause
Yeah, I'm recovering from all of that crawling. I'm gonna say four
Thank God,
things and get
Regina.
Go ahead,
huh?
Miss Virginia. Go ahead, Miss Virginia.
Okay, I want to say four things and then I'm gonna hop down. First of all, it held the talent show held
Mm-hmm.
1,200, viewers
It did.
practically the whole time. So
Mm-hmm.
I really believe they're gonna have another talent show really, really soon.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they have over 12,000 views and it's growing. So again, I think that's going to encourage them to have another one really, really
Mm-hmm.
soon with Binary helping them out with it. You
Mm-hmm.
said what you had on was upsetting everybody. You had your arms out, showing your muscles. You had your chest out, and they were asking him,
They finna drag you.
why you come on here looking like that? What they wanted to say was they couldn't stay focused on what you were singing because they were so busy looking at your body, yada yada. And that's
Okay.
all I have to
period,
say.
period.
Yeah, and congratulations, Sky. You did well. I did go to Room Shakers. I saw you over there, Brother Wilson, and that was good. It was a good night.
Can I
Mm-hmm. It
tell you
was.
something too, Miss Virginia? What I got from you crawling under that chair and not touching the legs, it gave me she'll get in, she'll get out, and she won't get pregnant. That's what it did for me. But in a good
Wow.
way. No, in a good
Okay.
way. It's like you can nut at me, I ain't gonna get pregnant, you know?
Oh, okay.
It was
Uh,
sexual.
okay. It was sexual. What?
It makes your body wanna
Well, Trish said Regine was showing y'all how to survive a mode. I thought that was really, really
Well,
funny.
Trish is not somebody that anybody should be taking advice from, considering the fact that Trish is like she is not even borderline. She is extreme level delusional. So you got to be careful with people like Shish Trish, Miss Drina. Shish Trish is crazy as fuck. She ain't got all her marbles at all. That Moncala game will never be finished. Fucking with Trish, cause the
the way
marbles ain't all there.
the way she scrunched
Okay.
up under that chair and the titties smeared the floor, it was like bunch me up in the
Scrub
ball sack,
the ground. It's scrub the
peel
ground.
me back into a pretzel.
Ooh.
She had planned on participating, but she kept dropping down. I know it was
All right.
hard
Good night, y'all.
to stay in the back. It was hard because our phones and our devices just kept giving out. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway,
Yeah.
good job,
Hey,
everybody.
Mama D. Y'all, let me say this. I don't hate Ness. I really don't. But sometimes she can be just so much. And I'm like, you can only deal with so much. I'm really not trying to be in a mood of this. Let me say this. The talent show it held, like you said, it was just long. It was just
Yeah,
long. It was just like, okay, it was long. It was long. I just think that my suggestions going forward, because you can't do anything about it now, and it doesn't have anything to do with me singing, talent, winning or losing, none of that. But my thing going forward is at 8:15, cut it. If you're not in by 8:15, then it gives people an hour and 15 minutes to make up their mind and say, "Hey, I'm going to be a part of it or not." I just because at 8:15, now the big thing too is that people couldn't get in the room, and that was a big issue. A lot of people were mad at Noble. Now, Noble should have cammed up. I ain't gonna lie. He should have cammed up. Everybody was gonna cam up. Should have cammed up. But Noble was saying, I waited for 4 hours
Wow.
and the people who were gonna sing with me or help me out, they had to leave. So I can
Oh,
understand that because a lot of people were really frustrated trying to get on the platform. And so that was an issue. So, it's not so much of the well, it was logistical for me. And then it was like, I don't know. I'm in agreement with some things, what Ness was saying, it was like, well, okay, you're going to judge me, um, with the facts. And again, I'm not trying to read anybody. It's not me being scared of anybody. You just don't do that on a platform like that. Because I thought it was unbecoming of Rick Reed to really go
oh,
back and answer it or even start cussing out people in the chat. Be the judge. When you finish, then you can go on your platform and cuss out everybody you want to. But it wasn't a good look on the platform. And now those are
but
my
Brother Jay, everybody is used to Lemon going 4 and 5 hours. I know it was a talent show, but these young people, 4 and 5 hours is what they
not for a
do.
talent show though. Not for a talent show. And then it draws out and it draws out to the point where
Hmm.
they were forgetting people who were in the front. Lemon
Yeah,
couldn't even remember all the contestants. So all I'm saying is that, you know, you have to draw a line of okay, when do we stop it?
that's
Because
true.
you saw the judges were getting very like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Somebody said, I got to go to work to. So the
Jay
talent show
Wilson,
should have been too. Yeah, go ahead.
can I say something, please?
Hmm.
Um, and to everyone, I thank God for, the late start because I was mad going to my birthday dinner. Like, oh my God, I want to be in this. My people were like, oh my God, I'm holding up the dinner trying to get into the contest.
Hmm.
What I said was, Lord, if it's meant for me, you
Yeah.
know what? When I get home, I can do what I want to do and it'll be for me.
Hmm.
And it just so happened that all the content, everything, it just aligned perfectly for me.
Hmm.
I'm in third
Great.
place, but I placed. And I thank
Yes, you
God.
did.
Yep,
Yeah.
and happy birthday, boo.
Okay, that's it.
Happy
Thank you, baby.
birthday to
Thank
you.
Yeah. Happy
Yes.
birthday.
hey,
Happy
mm.
birthday to you. Happy
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy
Yeah. Yeah.
birthday.
Ron P. And let me
birthday.
let me say this, you
I
all.
just
I
thank
don't have
God
a go. Go
for
ahead. I'm sorry.
well, because it's my birthday, Jay Wilson. Can I have my birthday?
And you can. Baby, let me tell you something. I want you to have your birthday. And it's so
Yeah.
great that you did this on your birthday. And this is a perfect birthday gift. And I'm not mad at
It
that.
is. It
Yes.
But
is.
my
It
thing is this.
is.
Let me say this though. It's always
Well,
called for
it,
the talent competition though, because not you, but the competition. Always reflection, action, reflection. With this, because if you're gonna do more, then how can we be more efficient and so on and so forth. And
what's
that's
that
it.
mean?
And
Hold on.
so
Explain that, please.
reflection, action. Okay, so what do we do well? What can we improve on? This is what we did well, so
Okay.
we keep
Okay.
this.
Okay.
These are some things that we can improve on, so we can move on from this.
But Jay
It's not,
Wilson, do
yeah,
you
but
understand with this being his first one that he got to figure it out? Just like you being at, oh, I don't know what you are, but just like with any position, on a job or whatever, even with YouTube, um, you got to figure it out first for yourself.
yeah, you got to.
You can
But we're
take the
gonna have feedback, and we're gonna give the
you can
feedback
have
because this is
feedback, but y'all so eager to get a feedback. Can you let the young man figure it
no,
out for himself?
because this is the B sector.
This is the B sector. That
This
shit
is
ain't
the B
real.
sector. Let me tell you something. If I would have done it, it would have been piled
Oh
on.
shit.
So all I'm saying is just make sure that you have a decent amount of people. Also
Hmm.
make sure that it starts at a reasonable time.
And
Make sure
Yeah.
people know.
those are reasonable grievances.
And like
Those
I
are
said,
reasonable.
and I'm not look, I ain't talk
That's
about the
reasonable.
talent. Well, yes, I did talk about some talent, but you know, I didn't not in a bad but Miss Regina, Miss Regina, I love you down, but look,
And that's
I did not
reasonable.
I did not talk about Lemon being. I didn't say anything awful about him. I'm just my accommodations. What I'm asking is, I think
Oh
they're
my God.
reasonable. I just think they're
That's
reasonable.
reasonable.
And
And
like
the
I said,
thing
so
is,
it's not
I
like I'm
just
like you
want,
didn't hear me say, "Well, I just think it's wrong because they didn't." No,
I'm
because
not
you know
doing
what?
that. I watch
Everybody got to
all
win
y'all.
and everybody got to lose, and I believe that, and I mean that's the whole thing. But my thing is though, keep it to 7 minutes. If it's 7 minutes, keep it to 7 minutes.
I get that. But
Yeah,
sometimes things are gonna go outside of our control.
I,
I don't
oh,
have any competitions, so I I,
mhm,
I can't say, whatnot, whatnot. I've watched them. I participated in Pizarro's last year.
mhm,
Oh,
Yeah, one of them. Listen, I
mhm,
don't know all the because it's been a lot of competitions, but
mhm.
I won hers, and
I
I
remember
just
her.
appreciate the opportunity
Hey,
to
Mama D.
participate.
Right.
Hey y'all, happy
And I
birthday,
think
Sky
So I'm
Eyes.
just happy to do it, but I hate that we like this did this and that. Baby, whoever won.
See, it's
Even
not
if I
even.
didn't play, even if I didn't place,
Mhm,
fine. I was just trying
right.
to, baby. I'm in that parking lot trying to get the parking spot for the wherever I was going for my birthday.
mhm,
Damn,
But
damn,
can I
damn.
give
I
y'all
want to.
one of my personal highlights?
What's
One of
up?
my personal highlights was
Okay, Yusuf,
me personally.
congrats on you too. Y'all did beautiful.
Everybody did good, and it was a
they
good time.
did. Mhm,
For the sake of Rick Reed and the way he holds grudges and the way I hold grudges too, it was good
uh,
No.
that I followed my instincts to just go up there, regardless of whatever beef that might have been brewing, what anybody might have held personal. And I think it was a good opportunity for Rick to let go of the beef that he had for me, which was really no real reason, and for me to let go of whatever beef or resistance I had towards him. I feel like we made up with and like we apologized to each other without even doing it, just by him being fair, we fell out when I was judging him, you know.
mm.
oh.
And so today was like a full circle moment for me, even though I didn't place. And I only didn't place, and I don't take it personal because it was too many mother.
It was. It's over with,
Mhm.
Yusuf. I mean, y'all
Mhm.
made up. It was a
It's over.
beautiful
It's over
moment, you
with.
know.
But see, but this is what we can learn, and I understand what you're saying, Star Eyes. But this is the thing: we can learn, but some things it's just professionalism. A lot of people say, "Well, they doing people like that, honey. I ain't gonna join. I ain't gonna be in it because again, we're not going to, deal with that type of,
Yeah.
stuff. So
And
you
I
have
guess
to
it's a
really,
personal choice. And
yeah, it
I,
is a
I, I
personal choice.
personally chose to
Hmm.
participate tonight.
Yeah,
And I thank
yeah.
you all. I thank you for the birthday
Hmm.
wishes. Thank
Hmm.
you. Thank you. Thank you. I love
Okay.
y'all.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on. I'm glad you got in.
Congrats, Sky Eyes.
Hmm.
I want to know if 5 minutes and 7 minutes is too long. I'm just asking a question.
You know what? It's.
That's
I just.
why I kept mine short. When I first
Mhm.
heard the 7 minutes, I'm like, let me do something that under 3 minutes because everybody was like, well, if she gets 7 minutes, then I get 7 minutes. So that's how that
Yeah,
got started.
that
Yeah,
was that was
it was something else, Mama D. Yeah, it's a couple of things that I think is just plain home training professionalism that you do. I've been on panels, and there's a way to give feedback. And I just think that sometimes people be a real little reluctant to come in because it's like, okay, I want to share or be a part, but I just don't want to have to go through all of this. I think it should be a place where people can really get feedback. I don't have a problem saying, well, you did this well, you did this well, this well. The only thing I would really check on is the pitchiness. You may have been a little pitchy here, and so on and so forth. I know a lot of people watch Idol, and that's it, but then it turns into something different, and it got to a point where I'm like, okay, baby, some of this stuff is like. No, even some of the contestants, I'm like, is that necessary? Wiley may not have liked what Tracy did, but oh my God, I'm like, Are you kidding me? I mean, are you kidding me? If she want to do her praise dance, let her do her praise dance now. However, I just think that going forward too, some technical things should be thought out. You may want to have your own speaker so you're not delayed and people think you're lip syncing and or all of this. And also, just because you created something, that doesn't mean you can just play it. We want to hear you do it. This was for the audio file situation. And, if people cam up, you should cam up. That's just, common courtesy. Nobody is exempt. This is what we do. So I just think those things here and there will help. And again, it's not, oh, you didn't win or da da da. No, it's not that. But again, this is YouTube. I'm going to be, out tomorrow. I was like, let me say what I need to say now because it was so much. And this is what I'm saying, Mama D. It was so many people. I'm like, am I going to even remember half of the stuff? Because it was 4 hours of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, lots and lots of people. Miss Regina, I probably would have split that chair in half if I would have crawled. My husband said, "You better try to do what Miss Regina do to see if you need to lose weight."
Mm.
I
Oh,
said,
And
"Child, I'm
start.
gonna split that chair in half." But it
Mm.
was kicks, and I really enjoyed my.
Mhm.
And Yusuf, you got to
Mm.
ooh that outfit you had on, baby. You shook the girls in the audience, child.
yes, he did.
Ooh, them women was going crazy over you,
Mm.
Yusuf.
Well,
They
thank
said,
you.
"Oh, he
I need
been
to
working
retire
out."
my
It
vest.
was,
They
it
You
say
was,
I
couldn't
need to
see what they were
retire my
saying, Yusuf.
vest.
They said he been working out and everything, and your skin is beautiful, Yusuf.
Thank you,
What have
Lord.
you
Yeah.
been using on your skin?
Nothing, just sunlight and sweat. When you just gotta work, you gotta get up and
Okay.
stop being so clean cut and just go cut the grass and take out the trash
Okay.
and get sweaty. You just gotta do it, and so that kind of makes me glow a lot.
Yeah,
yeah.
you look some good,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah, I'm
And start
sexy, but I'm musty.
oh, I'm sorry, you said, go ahead.
No, I'm saying I'm sexy, but I'm musty, and that's
Okay.
that's my allure.
Okay. All
Sky,
right.
I hope you had fun for your birthday. Did you have a
Mhm.
birthday cake?
Sky.
Sky?
Sky. I think she's gone.
She sleep?
Okay, she may be gone. I know she said she may be gone, but
Yeah.
Sky, you there? Okay, she may be gone then. Okay. Let me say this too. I think, with the exception of Ness, that our feedback was not inflammatory. It wasn't by any means trying to cap nobody down. This is really serious feedback. And what Scott don't understand is, baby, they gonna have a field day with this tomorrow. Because if somebody don't like Rick Reed, they're gonna talk about Rick Reed. If they didn't like see, a lot of people did not like the fact that there was no poll for the audience. They were like, well, it's not our fault. We stayed
Yes.
up here for 4 hours and we don't get no participation now. So y'all cut that
Yes.
from us. So you're gonna have some pushback from that, but then you listening to Ghetto Intellect, and he's like, "I'm ready to go," and somebody's like, "I'm ready to go." So everybody had that "I'm ready to go" type thing. So
Hmm.
it is is you have that. I think the talent is the talent. Whatever happened, happened. I just think that now, I think the fallout, and everybody. Let me say this, y'all. Most of these people did not look at this talent show for the talent. Most of
Right.
these people was looking to see what was going to happen and who was going to go off first. And the first person who went off was Tracy. She was already on her channel, and she said, "I'm gonna tell Lemon off. I'm gonna say this, and this." So yeah.
Yeah, so let me tell
Um,
you one thing. People was giving
Look,
they all.
uppity. Let
They
me say,
gave it their
hold on for a
all,
minute. Hold on for a
Pastor.
minute. Uppity, I hate to do this, but baby, I think I'm going to ban and delete you because I'm not that security guard and I could care less about your plight. So if the straight men are helping you, then you stay with them and you stay your behind off of this gay man's platform. So again, I think I'm gonna have to ban you because again, uppity, you just do too much. And after I saw that short clip of you having that dialogue with that security guard, I'm like, baby, you're not you don't read the room. and you think you turning it. So, to see how you act with him and these other people, then I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm sure that security guard was straight too, but you said what you said to him, and it was despicable, uppity, and you should do better. Okay, go ahead, Mama D. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired of uppity.
That's all
Oh
right.
my
I hope up
Jesus.
and then the little baby work out all right with those neighbors and stuff. I'll be praying for them. But
You can
Pastor, when
pray,
I
but
tell you
baby,
people
that
gave
has
it
to
their
be
all,
in it. Yeah,
people
go
gave
ahead.
their talent tonight. Well,
Mm-hmm.
well, it's not tonight, but people gave their talent and they really, really went from their heart, everything they had to,
Yeah.
to be happy and
Mm-hmm.
satisfy the audience. But
Mm-hmm.
you know how that goes. I mean, it's judgmental time, and uh, I really believe everybody gave their all. Noble, they could say what they want. He gave, even though they thought he wasn't coming from his heart, and he didn't come on camera. He gave his all. Whoever went up there gave their all. That means that they were sincere and they really enjoyed themselves
Mm-hmm.
while they were doing it. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I take in accountability
And,
of
and,
that.
and, let, and let me say this: I don't have a problem with all of the judges, but you just said something. These people have come on camera.
Yeah.
They are giving their best. They are
Yes.
singing.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
skies. I don't know, baby. Are you here? Okay,
Well,
look. Let me. Okay, wait. That was that her?
Be careful. I don't know.
Hold on, Sky. I'm gonna
Yeah,
drop my
it
link.
was her.
Okay, can you hear us, Sky?
hold on. Damn.
Okay, I think we can you hear us?
She's having problems with her internet again.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that's her though. That's her.
okay. It's her, but she's having problems with it. Sky, I'm gonna kick you from my studio, but then I'm gonna put the link back so you can get a clean link. This is the thing though. When people come on the platform and
Uh-huh.
they give their all,
Yeah.
regardless of what it is, at least have the decency enough to treat the people with dignity. And I think that's where a lot of people had lost it, because again, it's easy to judge, but do you have a talent? Do you have something that you can bring to the
I
table?
know that's right.
And I just think that a lot of people felt that this is kind of you know harsh, and like I said, when Ness came and said what she said, it caused a little stink. But at the end of the day, you if you give it, you should be able to take it. And I think that's the thing on there. I really had nothing to say. I came to sing and then to click off and leave. I got my feedback. I said thank you, even for the feedback that was not so flattering, and move right along. So there also has to be the quorum, I guess, from the contestants, but then we should have that same respect as judges. And I have judged myself. So it's not me not judging, I've judged myself. So I think that's the biggest thing too. Give people what you want, and just know that people might push back as well. So that's it. I just think it was a lot of things. Overall, I think it was really good. It was very successful. I know they're going to have another one. They are
Yeah.
supposed to be doing some different things, so I'm sure people will be there. And it is what it is. But now, like I told Ness, before I even stepped foot on somebody's platform, I know I was going to get me a little collection, because everybody don't play. I mean, everybody don't play,
Pastor, you
baby.
gotta get money to keep from feeling like a damn fool. People need to get at least $200 if they're a content creator and they have an audience. At least get a little donation, so in case you don't make it through the hoop, you can have something to look
Yeah.
at.
Well, the thing
And I
is, too.
understand that, but I want to tell Sky when it came to the finale, I wanted her to win so bad out of the three people until I forgot who the other guy was. I forgot about
Oh
him.
It's
Lord,
very,
I
bring
was
it
just
to me.
hollering at
Bring it
the
to me.
screen. My
yeah,
husband said, "You need to slow down." I was hollering
but
for
it's
Sky
very
to
Thank
win,
you.
subjective, though. It's
like they
very
could hear me.
subjective. It's very
Yeah, I mean,
subjective of who,
listen.
yeah, what they like today, they may not like tomorrow. Somebody
Are we
may be
gonna give
spitting
out
some bars.
participation
That's it.
trophies or not? No, we got to keep.
Mm-mm, keep going.
No,
Even my
I
little
gave up a
Pizarro
long
got
time
mad
ago.
because we didn't want Sky to come in third. We was like, "Why that other girl come in
Oh.
second why Sky didn't come. I mean, we was it was
Oh, for
something
real?
else. Sky,
I haven't seen everything, so I don't know. But
Girl, you'll
baby,
so
see
we
it
was
was cutting
tomorrow.
up down there,
Baby,
Sky.
I
We
said,
was
let me
cutting
come on
up.
out, but
bring
baby,
me
it's gonna be big news
Pizarro.
tomorrow. It's gonna be big news tomorrow. So you'll hear all
Listen,
the reviews tomorrow.
so I
And I
don't
But
had a big
know,
Reggie,
fight with
but
brother Jay,
somebody
Hold
you
on
here.
for a
need
minute, y'all. Sky,
my
Sky,
biggest thing was,
Sky,
can I
go
just
ahead,
please
Sky.
say something?
Go ahead, Sky.
My biggest thing was I was trying to get back home. I was in the restaurant and my people could see that I was nerved up. Like, oh God, I was mad because I couldn't join the link. I couldn't join. And I said my prayer at the table to myself and Jesus. I said, Lord, well, if it's your will, when I get home, just let me get home. And then I can do, I can sing.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And he allowed me to do that because I ain't have a good dinner because I wanted to join
Oh,
immediately.
I'm glad you
So
made it
yeah,
I
home,
saw all
baby.
the stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sky, did you
Mm-hmm.
Every
have a
day is a
birthday
gift.
cake?
I had cupcake, and I don't eat sweets, but I had all that stuff. I sure
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
did. I had it all, and I got to celebrate with loved ones. Y'all just don't
yeah.
understand
Oh,
how
you had a
Oh, yes,
precious
wonderful
we do.
birthday.
life
And let me say
is.
this really quickly, you all. The views of the people who come on here are not mine, but people have a right to feel how they want to feel, no matter how
Yeah,
angry or so.
You know
Like I
what? And
said,
I
people
get
like
that.
yeah, you let Ness say that. Well, Rick Reed can come over here and say the
Uh,
same thing, but he has his own platform. I don't stop people. I don't feel any malice towards him. I do feel like there needs to be some professionalism when you are doing, the judging. And again, I know I just said thank you and I just moved on, but I do think that. But again, I'm not mad at Ness because she did what she did because we had a whole lady who I guess was doing a rock song on the beef sector at the end, and she said, "Well, it's not y'all personally, but it was what it was." Ness thing was different. And then even with that, a lot of people blame Lemon and Binary for not stopping it. But if they
yes.
if they wanted to stop it, they could have stopped it. Maybe they thought
Okay.
that was part of her act. And my thing is that was part of. Let me tell you something. If she would have done that to me personally, I would have said, you could have used more inflection. I would have judged her right like that and just moved right along.
It
I'm
was part of
serious.
the
It was
show,
a part of the
child.
show. And I would have smiled while I was doing it, and I would have moved right along and said, and say, hopefully you improve on this next time you come. But thank you for a good
I'm
performance.
gonna drop down. But I
Okay.
wanted to say it gave everything that it gives. I'm so grateful that, we got talent. Black
Hmm.
Yes,
people,
a
we
lot of
got
it.
talent. A lot
A
of
Hmm.
lot
it.
of it.
It doesn't matter
Mhm.
in what form it comes in. We got talent.
But this is
So,
what I'm gonna say too, and I
oh,
know we
okay.
don't like
Well,
all of this, but this is what we're gonna get. Cause let me tell you something. I done been in church all my 55 years, and I done seen it there, and it's real ugly there too. So I just I don't I'm to the point now where I know where I am, and again, I don't take anything from anyone. It's a competition. It's entertainment. At the end of the day, baby, once I click this thing off. It's a done deal. I'll sit and watch the reviews probably tomorrow and crack up whoever has it.
Jay
But
Wilson,
yes, go ahead.
that's the same thing. That's what I was thinking about. I was
Mhm,
absolutely upset not upset, but I was nerve in my dinner
mhm,
because I
mhm,
couldn't get on the link at the
mhm,
time. But I said my prayer, and guess
mhm,
what? My prayer
mhm.
happened when
And
I
that's it.
Prayer
got
And,
came
there.
through.
and let me
So
say this,
everything
y'all.
happens in God's timing.
Yeah.
So y'all
And when
gotta understand that shit. That what we
yeah,
doing on the beef sector, that's just what we do to get
yeah,
through
and
our day.
and y'all know when money involved, folks gonna be
God
real
damn.
pissed, honey. It's money involved. It's money on the flow. And baby, with money on the flow, people get a little touched. Baby, let me tell
That
you
was
something now.
that was a
I'm not
good
I'm
pot.
not trying
Ooh,
to let me say I am gonna be messy and I'm just gonna call it for what it is.
that was a
I
lot of money. That was
I,
a
I,
good pot.
it was. I love Tracy Cakes down. I really do. But Tracy, whether that music was on or not, yeah. I just yeah, you okay, niece? You can be mad. The Bible say be angry, but sin not. And so all I can say is you did a very creative, interpretive dance, and it was okay though. But it ain't no need to go cuss Lemon out because he didn't let you do it again because it was somebody else who wanted to do it again, and he was like, you can't do it again.
Well,
So
when I went over by Tracy, from what I look in the, when I was in there looking down in the chat, looked like she was saying that they wouldn't tell her about her, I think her audio or her mic wasn't on, and they gave other people a chance and told them about their mic. And I
So
think that
Mama
was
D,
upsetting
did
her
you see
because
the
they wouldn't let
beginning
her
though,
know.
Mama D? Did you see the beginning though? It was some technical challenges at the beginning, and I mean,
Yeah, but I went over there and
Mama D,
listened to what.
Mama D, do you think it really made a difference, Mama?
No, not
Okay,
after I
Mama D,
seen the whole
let's be
show.
real. Let's be real. Do you think
After
it's
I
gonna
saw
make
the
a
whole show,
difference?
no, 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 it wouldn't.
The
Okay,
thing
so my
is,
thing.
y'all, can I say something from a contestant or a subscriber standpoint? Y'all, you don't understand. I got kicked out a few times on my own because something was happening.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times, you all who
Ooh,
are
Sky, you was
familiar
having a
with this,
time, huh?
I was having a hard time, and I got to go back
Baby,
and
God is
rewatch
so
because I
good.
don't know what was
Well,
happening.
you did
But
well with
I
your
want you all
singing.
to
Now,
know.
the singing was good. It
Okay.
was the money part that I was concerned about because
Yeah,
you
no,
kept
I
on going
got
out.
it, but I
Wait
still
a
got
Okay,
to
minute,
you
I
got.
do
perform on my
remember
end.
Sky trying hard to get up there. I remember
Yeah, it
now.
was hard. It
Yeah,
was a hard time, and then I
sure
was
Mm-hmm.
not
was.
connecting
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
all those things. So I
Mm-hmm.
want you all to understand that
Mm-hmm.
I understand now when I see y'all trying to connect and hey, can you hear me and all
Mm-hmm.
that stuff,
But
that used to
Sky,
just
your
get on
stuff
my
would have made a
nerves.
difference. Though some things ain't gonna make a difference, baby. If I can see if you're missing the SAT by 2 points, but if you're missing the SAT by 15 points or 20,
Well, let me
it ain't
ask you
gonna make
this,
a
Jay
big
Wilson.
difference. It ain't gonna make a difference. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this, Jay Wilson. Did
Hmm.
you like my songs?
You know what? I had a chance to listen to a little bit in the car, but then I had to jump on over there to hit Room Shaker. What's her name?
Oh,
Room Shaker, because I actually sung on Room
mhm.
Shaker's channel.
You
So
sung
yeah, I
again?
did.
Okay,
I did.
good, good, good,
I went over
good,
Room Shaker's
good.
channel and got a few coins over there, baby. I ain't gonna let no malls go under my feet. No, I went right on the Room
I
Shaker.
wish I
I
knew all
sang over there
those
and
things.
went on over there and she did what she did and then I came on back. So I think that you might
Okay.
have been finishing up. I saw a little bit of it. It's two people too. Somebody who did was it the church lady? Was it somebody?
I don't
It
know.
was
When I sang, I heard the judges saying it was like two people, like me and
okay.
her. Somebody,
Okay.
I can't remember her
But
name, and God
I
bless
caught
her.
most of it. But my thing is, though, people said you really did well. I caught the tail end. You really did well. But like I said, I was over the Room Shaker, so I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I went right to Room Shaker, so I was toggling between the two.
Listen, that's what
Um,
we
I,
do.
yeah, I saw Rico, a little bit of Rico, not much.
Rico, what Rico do?
Rico actually did he rapped.
Wrapped.
He rapped a little bit.
Come on, Rico.
So I saw a little bit of
Yeah.
Rico.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Vic, because Vic was close to the end, and Noble. I saw the most of the rappers I did get to see.
This one I'm
Most of the
saying,
rappers.
Pastor, everybody gave their all. Like you
Yeah,
said, they
yeah,
really, really came from their heart. Sky,
they
you know
did.
what I'm saying? Even though you didn't win, we know that you gave your all. And I'm sorry, Ness, that you left because I wanted to tell you, not getting off subject, that I am supporting the Seattle trip that she's given. And
Hmm.
I don't want her to leave on my behalf because I definitely can't wait to see that either. But that's what I wanted to throw in there right quick.
Mm,
But
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
yeah, everybody have
Yeah,
their own talent in their own way.
we had a little mashup over here because I can only tolerate so much and then I'm just like like up and then she kept on mouthing, baby, I'll block you. Like I said, I don't have no issue, especially when it's my platform. You know what I'm saying? So I don't go over people's houses and try to move their furniture. So I just tell people be chill with me
Move the
and we
furniture.
cool. Don't come over
God
here
moved
trying
the
to change
furniture,
my radio
Pastor.
station in my car. You know, I had somebody at my church. I'm like, did I? You know, because it was on an R&B station, and she was like, well, I was looking for the gospel station, but I said it's not on the gospel station. And I think you need to leave my. Well, you know, I'm like, well, you need to get your own car. So you know, I don't play that kind of stuff. So you know, I like Ness, but she can be a little bit you know, but a lot. And my thing is always trying to start stuff with Rick reading because you scared. No, babe, don't speak for me. You did what you
Mhm.
need to do because that's what you needed to do. I'm not scared of anybody. I just came to sing and then I did what I had to do. You know, and then of course when I got that critique, I said thank you and kept moving because again, if I wanted to talk about the critique, I'm not going to do it on that platform. I have my own platform to do it. And I guess that's the big thing. And so,
Man, I would have
yeah.
kept it moving. Ain't no way in the world. I'm
Well, first
standing
of
up
all,
there
it was
giving
so
them
many
all my.
people up there, and
Mm-mm.
I wanted to make sure people could get in. See, it's another thing too. I kept my
Yeah.
7 minutes because, again, once I finished, I went down because somebody else needed to come up. So, you know, it was a lot of people who was trying to get up. So, you know, and it's not a problem of winning or losing. You know, people thought, well, Queen 88 came up there, Queen 88 sung and left. Queen 88 was, she said, I ain't get ready to shake nothing tonight. She said, I ain't ready to take nothing out. And she went right on and finished it. And she didn't place either. But now for that other competition, they said she
Uh-huh.
threw her legs up and she twerked and won. So
Yeah.
again, everything is different. And like I said, um, I've won a competition and it's good, but you can't win them all. And so my thing is, it is what it is. But baby, when that money is in play, especially big money, people start feeling some kind of way. And the thing is, I ain't gonna try to be funny, y'all. Y'all hear me out well.
What?
Like I said, no, I can't. Like I said, at the end of the day, just be realistic with your talent and what you got, and just be grateful that you was in the talent show and that you had the
Yeah.
boldness to come up. Because I think that was the big thing. Everybody had the boldness to come up, and that took a lot of courageousness for those people to get on up. But
Brother
baby,
Jay,
Yeah.
I hadn't planned on being in it. I had been donating towards the talent show since they
hmm
first started talking about it. I
hmm
hate that they said that this was all of Lemon's money, like nobody was donating. It was a lot of people donating towards the cause.
I
And they
think
don't have
so.
to call and they don't have to call each name out, but to say over and over that it's all of this money is Lemon's money. It comes out of his
Well,
pocket.
we don't
That
know if it's women's money or not. Like they think that all these women brought my water heater and my water softener. You don't know if I have a warranty. You don't know how I
yeah.
got it and how I got it. It's really none of your business. At the end of the day, my water is hot and my water is soft, and that's all that
Yeah.
really matters. That's
That's
why I
right.
So
had
They'll
to
can I
never
check
know who
Ness.
bought it.
That's
can I
it.
say
You know,
something,
there's
please?
yeah. Go ahead. Hmm.
From a contestant's standpoint,
Yeah.
I love that, this is the first time. So we, have all our own experiences. But just like American Idol, it had to start from somewhere.
I don't know
You
if
know
So
this is
what,
the
we
first
Sky?
send
time
the
we had a
idol.
talent. No, no, I don't know if this is the first time we've had a talent. I think this talent show has been hyped up because of all of the foolery and the people having 50 talent shows and then who was going to be in. And I think it was a good hype show. I
Yeah.
think we've had talent shows before. It
Pastor
hasn't
can
been
tell you
this
how I
hype.
feel to win up big money like that. He won a good old
It
pot
was
over there by the
Yeah.
spaceship.
Yeah, but
So he can tell
I
you
just
how I
think at the end
feel.
of the day though, it was hyped up and I think and I'm gonna say this is why I always tell people under promise and over deliver. I tell you, if you over promise and under deliver, you're always gonna have a problem. But when you under promise and over deliver, then you can do what you need to do. I
this
think
was
it
a
was
good
hyped.
one.
Yeah, yeah. I think it was hyped up. I think people came over. They wanted to see. They wanted to see who was going to do what. I think Miss Virginia, baby, they're going to be talking about you crawling under that chair. It's going to be. I'm telling you, it's going to be news. Wiley, really
Jay
being
Wilson
shady with
was
Tracy
so
is going to
silly.
be news. Tracy with
Ooh.
her praise and worship angel
You
outfit
are
on,
so
going to be news.
silly.
I mean, all of that's
And
going to
what
be
about
news.
when they said Nova gonna be in the past? So you don't think everybody was waiting on Nova?
But you know
Yeah.
what though? Noble had a point though. Noble said, "I done waited for 4 hours. Y'all done skipped me
Hmm.
for
Mm,
some
mm,
people,
Right.
mm.
and then all of a sudden now
I
y'all
did.
want to
I went
rush
to
me."
dinner, but you know what? I wasn't complaining because what I said at dinner was, Lord, if it's your will for me to be
Hmm.
in this show, just let me get back home.
Yeah. And they don't
And I'm
understand,
in my
y'all.
car.
Noble had to walk them stairs. Noble had stairs to walk. And I
Sure
seen Noble
did.
personally. And Noble had problems walking on that sidewalk, much less getting up
Yeah.
them stairs. So he had to have some time to get up there. And
Please,
then,
listen, don't do that.
no, the baby, that's true. That's true. That ain't no lie. That ain't no
Walk up
lie
what
now.
stairs?
That ain't no lie. Because
You had to
Some
walk up
things
Noble
some
don't need to be
stairs?
said, Jay
he
Wilson.
was
Just
getting
you don't
upstairs
got to
because
say
he
it.
had to come on that. You know I got to because this is my look. It's my platform and I'm shady and messy.
Hmm.
You know I had to.
I know.
So
I know.
anyway, Noble got up there and it took him a little while to get up there. I need to let the
Sure
people
did.
know that you could not rush Noble because he could have broke
No.
something trying to get up them stairs.
Uh-oh.
And I'm glad he took his time, had
Yes,
a
he
good
did.
breath, and he went on up there. Now he didn't cam up, but he got to where he needed to be because I
There
don't
was
want him
another
to go
little
because
guy.
he had a puncture lung and he had something else, and there's a lot been going on with Noble.
There
So
was a
again,
guy, he was
yeah.
singing and rapping. That dude sounded good, but I can't remember. It was so many people. I
Oh
can't
God.
remember his name, but when I tell you it was so I enjoyed myself. I don't care who don't like it. I enjoyed myself.
Baby,
I
it was a
But
did.
you know
Chinese
what, brother?
buffet
They
of
after all
singers.
of this striking war, after all of this striking and people lose, it was refreshing to see something pleasant after
It
all of
sure
this
was.
striking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Well, Lemon
enjoyed
was
it.
smart
Ooh,
enough not to monetize it. Had he monetized it, it would have been major because, again, that's what people do.
Oh,
So I think it was smart for him not to do that. And I think he made his money up probably, with Cash Apps or the Super Chats because, again, he
yes.
wasn't getting monetized for that. And for most of those songs, you couldn't get monetized because they're someone else's songs and they won't copy
Okay.
they won't take your channel down, but they'll let you know that hey, you're not gonna make no money off of this.
they didn't
It's
like that
Okay.
little dude audio, but shoot. I like that song audio was had on there. I
I like
like
his
I mean
song, but he needs to
everybody
get
like it
blasted
different.
though.
People like different things, different strokes from different.
Hmm.
But I enjoy
Yeah.
Sure
audio.
do,
I
Mama
enjoy
D.
all
That's
the little
Hmm.
right.
dudes.
Yeah, I like his music. His music is ready. It sounds like you can push it out tomorrow. But my
That's
thing
right.
is, no one wanted the Milli Vanilli though. They wanted to, you gotta always certify. If you're gonna be a rapper, then can you rap what you have on? And I think that was the big thing with that and with the music and stuff. It's just a lot of things that
How about
people
Vic?
didn't talk
Cuz
about.
did you enjoy Vic?
Mm.
Vic.
Yeah, Vic. Let me tell you something about time Vic was on. I could have enjoyed him more, but I was almost like, please hurry up and finish and let's get to counting. Because I'm serious. When they were going through third, second, and first, okay. So they called Sky Eyes out first, and I'm like, okay, that's great, but could we please get the other one? I'm like, why don't you just call the people out and then give them the money, or just because now you're ready to
Okay.
go. Just call them out. I mean, calling them out ain't gonna do nothing. I mean, it's gonna say they came in first, second, and third, and let's do it that
Okay.
way. Because I'm telling you, they trying to get the money, and I'm like, okay, y'all need to hurry up and do this because folk ready to go. So it was different. So
Man, Vic
but
went to
like I said,
spending them balls. I said, come on, Vic. Come
everybody,
on,
like
Vic.
I said, everybody for the mere fact that people got up and did something in front of people, that was big.
Yes.
And even as a judge, on other platforms, when people did their talent shows or what have you, you always recognize that these people don't have to come out. So at least, even in your feedback that may not be so pleasant, at least do it with dignity and respect. And I think a lot of people felt that dignity and respect had went through the door, and that's why they were kind of not too happy about what went on. And then, of course, Ness did what she did. And like I said, even her comments on here now, they're not my comments. And it's not because I'm scared, but I don't let people speak for me. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Speak for yourself. Don't speak for me. Speak for yourself. If you want to fight with him, you fight with Rick. Nobody's scared of anybody, but I just don't speak for other people. And her views are her views. So when people saw, and always trying to start something, well, I know you had to feel some kind of way. I felt no kind of way. I said thank you, and I took the criticism or feedback or what have you, and went on. So that's what I had to say. Content creators should feel comfortable with performing. I think they should, Heavy Bear. But overall, let me say this now. I did think that the show was good. It was
Yeah.
probably great financially. It was
Oh yeah.
great as far as the number wise. Even when they were counting, they kept the numbers up. I
You
think
better
that
know
was
it.
good. And the only thing I'm just saying, the only thing I'm pointing out are logistical things for the most part, not so much of personal things, it's logistical things. And I think it's professionalism. So professionalism and
Yeah.
logistical things. And I just think 7 minutes should be 7 minutes. I think going forward,
Yes.
people should learn that make sure you have your music queued up, make sure everything is okay. When I did competitions, I used to tell people get there an hour before it starts so we can go through some
That's
things
right.
and people will know. So, that's it. I do think there should be a cutoff. At some point, maybe it's 8:15. Is it going to be an hour or 2 hours um, after the thing? Because again, at karaoke, let me say this, y'all.
Uh-huh.
Karaoke competitions, if
What about
so after a certain time they cut it because again the karaoke is going to have to end at 1:30 in the morning. So
okay.
karaoke usually starts at 9 o'clock, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. So it's only 5 hours for karaoke. So you can't come in to karaoke at 12 o'clock. You're not going to get in because
Mhm.
there is a line before you, and that's it. So I
Okay,
think the
so
sound check.
that's some good hours, 5 hours.
Well, yeah, but you just got to know that at a certain point in time, that's the cutoff time. So if you don't make it before that time, that's the cutoff time. I think that would really help because it was so many people. And then, a lot of people felt, well, I felt the singing should have been weighing heavier. And, you really can't categorize it like that. I'm sorry, y'all, but overall, I think it was just it was a good competition. Just logistical and professionalism, if nothing else. Logistical and professionalism. Whoever won won.
Well,
Yeah.
Pastor, I stopped counting. How many was it? About 20 people?
They said it was about 22 people in
Oh.
all.
Woo!
Yeah, and so 22 people in all. I think, like I said, and like I said, this is my suggestion. It's not gospel truth. I just think that they should have split it up. I don't know how they did it, but I think they should have split it up into three segments where you take the top three from the first group, the top three from the second group, the top three from the third group, and then let those 9 people compete. And then you'll pick out the top three from the 9. And then from there, you will have your first, second, and third. That's how I
I
felt.
think they
Because
do
it
that
seemed
on
like,
American Idol. I
yeah,
think that's
yeah.
how they do it.
Somebody said, I feel that second place prize was too much. Well, yeah, it's not too much. A lot of people felt like
That eight
spoken.
hundred dollars, 800 and something.
Well, a lot of people felt like the first person and second person is like it's spoken word. Like, okay, they
Yeah.
rhyming and they're spitting, but they're not singing or dancing. But then somebody could say, well, that's creative as well. So I'm not mad. Whoever won. I just do think that because of the time length, the audience didn't really give their opinion. And I think sometimes the audience may reflect what the judges may think, but hey, it is what it is. So it's a
Oh,
done
I
deal.
definitely would have given Sky more money. I would definitely given her more. I would have brought that second one down a little bit and put it on the Sky. I mean, that's the way I would have done it. But they had to
Yeah.
calculate it the way they already had planned it. But yeah, I
Mhm.
definitely would have gave her. She would have had close. She would have had about 400 something dollars at least.
Yeah. 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 Well, look, ladies, I'm getting ready to lay it down. I
Thank
think
you.
again, yeah, I think again it was a great show.
Yes. Yes.
I think it was a great talent show. The
Very
hype
good.
was there. The people came. Let me tell you something. If nothing else, Miss Regina, you under that chair, all of that stuff, baby. Some of this stuff, roll
Boy, that was
dancing.
fun. I enjoyed that. I did. I was
Oh, thank
laughing
you,
down. I
Mhm.
Mama
said,
D.
Lord, I wonder if I could do that. That
Yeah.
was kick.
So what this is not a gripe session saying that Scott shouldn't have won or this. Now people are gonna say nobody in the
Right.
B sector won. To me, like I said, it's logistical and
Yeah.
professionalism. And I think that's the big thing. And I will stand firm. I thought it was very unprofessional for Rick Reed to go at
Oh my God.
Ness at that particular point because he could have dragged
Yeah.
her easily on his channel, but I would have really given her feedback on that performance and would have went right on like nothing happened, and then
Yeah.
she might have gotten the heat on my platform, and then I think it was not good for the judges to read the comments because they were like, "Y'all don't know," and I'm like, "No, you're there to judge, do what you need to do is necessary. People are always going to have their opinion. They're never going to agree with you, and that's fine. But to sit there and fight with people off, I mean, with the people, uh, yeah, it's like, no, you don't do that. You just go ahead, make your decision,
Like I said,
move
it was
on.
so long, I forgot all about the guy who won first place. When I saw
Yeah,
him come up there, I was like, wait a minute, where he came from? Then I
yeah,
remember, oh yeah, yeah. I'm
yeah,
telling you, it was so long. So many people. I was
yeah,
like, wait a minute. Oh yeah,
yeah,
he was good. I'm telling you,
yeah,
I was tripping out.
yeah.
I couldn't
So
believe I forgot about him.
before people start lying to lemon and people, it was logistical and professional. And I told you all what I felt was professional and what I did not feel was professional. And that's it. Um, Now, what Ness said about the thing, that's her. That's how she feels, that's how she feels. But at the end of the day, she did what she did. And hey, that's what people do. So, but y'all, I'm
And
out.
Pastor,
Y'all have
I thought Etta James was gonna bring it on home. Remember Etta James,
who is Etta James? I know Etta James, but who Etta James you talking about?
the karaoke lady? I say the one with the apron on in the kitchen. I said, "Come on, Etta James."
Yeah,
I don't know.
let me say this, she didn't even place.
Oh,
She didn't even place. So a lot of people's like, well, she should have placed. Well, she didn't even place. So it was the spoken word rapper and Star. So Sky rather. So she didn't place. So, but again, let me tell y'all something. It's gonna be a lot of commentary. It's gonna be a lot of butt hurt people. A lot of
mm-mm.
people gonna be telling Lemon off and stuff. And I don't know why. I do believe with Sky Eyes that Lemon, this is not the first talent show. I think people can learn from people's mistakes on talent shows so they won't
Oh
do
yeah.
theirs. I just think
Yeah.
that it should have been more kind of like 7 minutes around, no matter who you are, 7 minutes to 7 minutes.
That's
You
it.
know, a cutoff time is a cutoff time. So if you're not here by this time, then you can't get in. We're not being funny, but we're not gonna be here all night. I think that, and I think Lemon realized how long it is, and now they realize that, hey, this ain't fun when you gotta listen to people and listen to singing and all of this stuff. And so they realize that, and the professionalism as well. Just keep it professional. Rick Reed gave me that remark. I said thank you. I kept moving. No need to
You
get
sure
ugly.
did.
If I needed to get ugly, I could have got on my channel to do it. I didn't need to. And then vice versa. When Ness gave Rick Reed that scathing type of spoken word, he could have judged it right on the merit, kept on going, and not get into it. And then I feel the same way, with the judges overall. Don't fight with the people in the chat. Your job is just to judge the people on the platform who perform, not to fight with people. And I think when we do that, I think we'll be in a better place. Well, look, y'all, I'm getting ready to head on to bed, but thank y'all for coming up, and I will talk to
Thank
y'all later
you.
on.
Be breezy. Happy Father's
Good
Day to
night,
everybody.
everybody.
All
Good
right, y'all
night.
have a good one.
Happy
Good night.
Father's Day. Bye, y'all.
Yeah.